Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm sure one day I'll have it figured out, but it is not this day. Sadly, I can't hear the background feedback when the transitions are playing, so I don't know when it's done. But we are here. It is Thursday. We're alive. I think we're alive. I'm mostly alive. But on this happy Thursday, happy, almost end of the week. Yeah, it's happy. You are listening and or watching Pwnecast. This is episode 227. We are for another month in patch 8.0.1, 2, 3. Tonight, we're going to be talking about lots of things. That does include some 8.2 stuff that we didn't get to talk about last week. Some various fuckery from around the social media world, avenue, place, things. We got 8.2 story discussion. We got good Can You Nots, guys. We have a good show. I think it's a good show. I haven't been drinking, so I don't know how good of a show it's gonna be with normal, average me. But we're gonna try to work that out. We have that and much, much more, so make sure you guys stay right here.
In 2014, a crack commando unit was banned from trade chat for comments they didn't make. These men and women promptly escaped from the Stormwind stockades to the Iron Forge underground. Today, still hunted by the trolls of trade chat, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, then maybe you can hire the Pwnecast. Leader and brains of the operation, it's Belle.
I want tacos so bad.
Betrayer of the priestly order and huntard extraordinaire, it's Remedies.
Then how did you eat it in the first place?
Lovable defender of the lesser races of Azeroth, it's Murky.
Because a turtle made it to the water.
With the Pwnecast team assembled, let the battle for Azeroth begin.
Hey guys, this is Bajira, and you are live with Pwnecast.
I literally have no idea if the bumper played. I don't know what's going on. I don't know anything. Did the bumper play? Did you guys hear the bumper play? Are we alive? Did you boys hear the bumper play?
I did not hear the bumper.
Guys, what is happening with this bumper situation?
Unbumping believable. It's like we're amateurs here.
How the fuck do you hyperlink? And am I?
Oh wait, are we unmuted?
How do you even hyperlink in Discord? Jesus.
Just copy paste the link from your browser into Discord.
Oh, I thought there was like a right click thing. Oh, you just have to put in the HTTPS and all that. Okay.
The more you know.
Yeah, it happens. The bumper, it was I swapped in the Bajira bumper in support of his bodybuilding stuff that he's doing because I wanted to try to be, trying to be a better human, guys. I don't know. I don't know what goes on with the bumper with anything.
Do you want to be like Bajira too?
Yeah, I don't really like muscles, so I'll leave that to the professionals. But welcome back. If you are new to Pwnecast, 1, I apologize. And 2, my name is Belle. With me are my 2 co-hosts. We have Remedies the cook. It's probably a Stouffer's frozen meal, if I had to guess.
It was Velveeta. Thank you.
Same difference. All he's missing is the Hot Pockets, but he doesn't live with Mom anymore, so he doesn't get Hot Pockets. And also, I brought with me the Murloc who travels the galaxy. I feel like I had something in my brain.
We're everywhere.
And it was
Murloc the Star-Lord?
It was not a good one.
Yeah, it wasn't a good one. I felt like maybe it could have been good. I don't really know, but hey, somebody did the weekly reset stuff because I forgot. Who was that masked man? Not for nothing. When I'm doing show notes, Rem's favorite thing is to add to the notes that I'm doing. And I think
like watching.
he does that on purpose to try to get me to say it on the show, like whatever thing he's putting in there. But
No, it's more of
I'm new.
getting
I'm
your
not
attention
new.
while you're adding the notes. Like, I forget what you're adding. You said something about 8.2, and I said your face, and then you said something dumb, so I said you're dumb part.
He's really on the cutting edge, guys, of something. I don't know.
I try it, guys. I mean,
I don't know what he's on the cutting edge of, but he's on the cutting edge of something. So
I'm on the cutting edge of autism or something.
before we get into some topics, and I gotta say, some latter parts are probably gonna be a little bit controversial in nature. So prepare to unfollow or
Prepare thy anus.
spam all your angry comments, whatever we're gonna do. Let's just fight about it and move on, and then we'll continue on being friends. But yeah, some stuff that's just been there out in the open, just there, that I feel like
What show is this?
we've been addressing it, but people
With Ranch?
still keep emailing me and like continuing the conversation. So I feel like it's time to shut it down in a major way with like a sledgehammer, a can of gas, and matches. I feel like
Sledgehammer. You know that song.
arson illegal in all states. Or is
Crossfire.
Yes.
there a state where we can make it illegal? Legal? No.
No.
It's frowned upon. Got it. Okay, so maybe not gas cans, but let's talk about the weekly reset for Tuesday the 20th. Arena skirmishes, so go get your bonuses, and if you happen to see a Destruction Warlock queued up, don't leave her. You realize that's who your partner is when you queue in, because that's not very nice.
I've done it. Not to you, but there was like a Destro lot with low gear. I was like, oh, I'm gone.
Shaman, I'm out.
I mean, Shaman
Just
out
kidding,
actually.
they're good. They're good. I don't PvP. Sorry.
I'm so disgusted with you right now. Absolutely disgusted. You, sir, are part of the problem. You're part of the problem with this new age of entitled players. New age. It
It's
isn't
funny
new.
because I've actually never left a group because the person was undergeared. I've been left.
I would hope not, because that's really mean. Last time I tried to do the arena skirmishes, they saw I was Affliction and they left me.
Wait, what did you say?
I mean, Destro. Why did
Somebody clip
I
that.
say it? Oh, because Discord.
Clip it.
Fucking
Clip it.
Christ.
Clip
Shit,
it.
shit.
clip it.
I blame Discord because I was looking at Discord. Somebody said it's happening, and somebody else said Rolling Affliction. No, not Rolling Affliction, because Affliction doesn't exist in my brain. Pilgrim's Bounty starts the 19th. It ends the 26th. Get your feast on, because
I need that damn turkey gun. Fuck you, Ewok.
sweet potato pie and
Sweet potatoes.
you know what I would like, though? Truthfully, I'd like to see a model update for the food. I know that's not really on the list of priorities, right? Like, there's enough being complained
Because
about.
I mean-
seasonal, it's just seasonal. We only see it for a few days. They don't care.
I mean, they do have the WoW cookbook, so I mean, you could be like a little promotional thing for that. Like,
I'd
hey,
like to see it in game. Like, I would like the food to be not triangle and square.
you want it 4K.
Well, maybe not necessarily 4K, but like, is there an in between?
Are you one of those people when you sit down to eat your raid food, you want the raid food to actually be what you're eating?
No,
Like if you were if
Yeah,
you're
I
eating a big meaty haunch, you want that haunch in your hands.
Yeah, like,
Yum.
That would
I
be
want it to
cool.
be like, if I'm eating something that's like,
big meaty.
I'll use a taco for example, though those don't exist. I want it to look, I don't know. I'm asking for a lot, guys. I realize we have bigger problems out there besides the look of the food that you eat on a holiday, but
And make holidays great again.
right. The 14th anniversary ends on the 30th, so I thought that it started today. You have
Is
the
it tomorrow?
16th. Is it not today?
I think it's tomorrow on the calendar.
I don't know what I was thinking, why I thought it was today.
No, you said the
Um,
16th last week too, so I don't know.
Yeah, they haven't talked about anything being in it, and in fact, last year they didn't either.
We're gonna get that rep and XP bonus.
Well, and then there was weren't there inflatable items or some other stuff? Other items that were just fun items were
What was
discovered. They were discovered.
What's his nuts?
Through secret data mining, they were discovered.
You could be the Defiance Brotherhood dude for that 1 year.
Yeah, so I'm
still
sure
have a
we'll,
bunch of
you know,
those.
we'll get the same XP and rep gain, which is good because you have the 5% experience gem, which helps you out. So go and do it. Get the token. Do the things. It'll help out with rep, especially if you're either just starting or maybe you're doing an alt and you want rep with a certain thing. I don't know. I want Proudmore on all the alts, so.
Well, if you just put the tabard and stuff, you don't need to worry about that in 8.1.
Whoosh.
You could be a marketer person.
Oh, yeah?
But I feel like it would end up kind of like when Chandler tries to be an advertising guy.
Well, I am a blend of Chandler and Ross, so yeah, that would.
Yeah, like I feel like it would be where he thinks he's being super creative, and it turns out he's not actually being creative. But
could I be any more creative?
Yeah, like I'm not trying to stifle your creativity. I'm trying to let you handle your business. But anyway,
You just
also there wasn't any like hot fixes that. I think there might have been random ones that were talked about on the forums that people noticed and they were thrown in there. But changes to Mithrax, the spheres, no longer.
That's across all difficulties now.
Oh, is it all difficulties? I only saw Mythic. Well, they no longer affect melee.
Secret's going to love that because he always gets selected for that kind of shit.
Oh, it's so shitty.
Yeah, they no longer affect melee, which.
What if I'm standing in melee as a range?
Is the hotfix live?
I don't know if it was just a.
I think it is live.
I don't know if it's like a cold reset or it has to be Tuesday, but.
Now, keep in mind that if they happen to be by a ranged player that has it, they're going to get it. So they're not immune to it.
Yeah.
It just won't RNG jump to their
melee. This way your melee doesn't have to spread all the way around that stupid fight fear.
So ranged, be kind to your melee. Don't be where you shouldn't be.
Second melee.
Yeah, but nobody likes that. The forums upgraded too, and I know they were doing some testing. I think right now it's read only because they were doing things and
that's how it should be.
What?
That's how it should be. Read only.
Don't post
you're kind of right. Like the forums should be a privilege, not a right, in my opinion. But then again, who am I?
You have to go through a questionnaire. Are you dumb? Yes, you're not allowed.
Yeah. Are you an expert in what you're about to bitch about?
No, then kindly remove yourself from the forums.
But some of the features that I feel like should have always been a thing, I don't know. I think maybe forums was probably last on their list.
Well, yeah, the Warcraft forums are still pretty archaic.
Yeah.
Think about it, so.
But they're one of the biggest things that I had requested actually last year was being able to follow a thread. Because when you post something or you comment on something, you don't know kind of what's going on that thread. Sometimes that's for the greater good, guys. Sometimes you don't want to know what happens after whatever you posted or commented. But if you're interacting with a CM on the forums or something like that, like it's really useful to not have to keep going back and refreshing. This way you'll be able to get alerts via notifications.
In game?
Ooh,
and the report flagging too has got a little upgrade with multiple options for why you're flagging said post, which I think is needed because it's not always just like. I hope they give an option that's like, this is fucking stupid.
Well, I've actually done that because they have like the abuse, trolling, and then they have like other. I've done where this is just dumb. Remove it.
Like if it could be just a stagnant option where it's like, this is fucking stupid.
And if it hits more than 10, then it's automatically just removed because enough people.
I'm going to go on a limb here and say that that's probably not the case and they wouldn't include that. But if I were the guy in charge of product management for the website, that's what I would do.
Forums are already mobile. You have a phone, don't you?
Oh my God.
Listen, why are people so offended by that? Why are people so offended by that?
Maybe some people don't have phones.
Who doesn't have a phone?
I have a dialer receiver in the kitchen.
Guys,
you're being a hater.
Even My dude bums. I always see on the corner. These guys got phones.
Well, that's because they're not actually bums, Belle. They panhandle for.
Listen, I'm not here to judge how they make their money, but seriously, he's right. I'd never have I ever been in such a generation of offended. I really need to do a better job offending people because I need to show people the real difference in what they should be offended about in truth. I feel like I'm not doing my diligence.
Yeah, I feel like I'm more offensive than you are. You step up your game.
Oh.
Well, I offended Iceland and some other people on the first day we were back.
I really strive to offend as many as I can. I feel like I'm doing God's work. You know what I'm saying? Being nice all the time doesn't get you anywhere, guys. Nice.
And that guy's finished last.
Wow. Now, Chaos with that tier 3 sub. 3 months in a row. Hold on.
That's the syllables. Can't do those.
So Oz.
Let me see that donkey roll. I really need to make like my children do the donkey roll and just like bleep out their faces so it looks awkward. And that could be
No, have them both dress up as Slenderman.
I feel like that's really creepy. I don't know if I can handle that.
You should just make them do it and then just copy and paste one of the kids like twice and then put our heads as like taped on.
That's actually a really good idea. Instead of trying to, I think I'll just take our heads and put them on a GIF instead of trying to make us do it. That sounds like a great idea.
I already did mine though. That's kind of rude.
Well, to be fair, the green screen was screwed up because, you know, I'm not really a pro at doing anything, but like.
Yeah. But I mean, it was good. I was happy about it.
Sorting and search options, tracking and updates, notifications, all that stuff. Get hype because they're improving. And I suppose it could be said that we shouldn't complain that it's barely coming here. We should just be happy that that is what's happening, right? We should stop being jerks. Right? Somebody agree? Anybody?
No, I agree. Everybody poops. Everybody will have.
Some people poop twice a day. Just in case you guys weren't aware.
Some people poop 3 times.
Yeah, it's super important that everybody knows that because we need it. Okay. Quick news items outside of the forum upgrades. Let's begin this with some controversy, shall we? Guys, it's been 6 minutes. Now we can let the complaining begin.
Oh boy.
There is a time period of about 8 minutes. Sorry, Belle. Wait.
Is that how far we are? How far are we into this? So I can make sure. Okay, so we're 17 minutes in. So let the complaining get ready.
Oh, you mean like because
See what I did there? Yeah, I tried to make it funny and I just failed. So Blizzard is apparently ramping up for mobile for all Blizzard titles. Now I just want to disclose this by it was said with the word "may" in the quote because that was what was actually said. But thanks to clickbait, it's no longer may, it is this is, right? We live in a world where clickbait is just that, to get you to click on things so that you'll read the articles. But now this, did you guys hear that?
I did. That was crazy, wasn't it?
I don't know what my dogs are doing, but I know that my husband's watching, so he's going to go take care of whatever the hell the dogs are barking about because they're dog is right outside.
Tranquilizer, go!
Oh, wow. Okay, so I didn't mute the tab. Sorry, guys, if you heard that awkwardness in the background. So, basically, it was talked about in this article that they said, you know, they want to look at other titles and see about mobile instances, right? This doesn't mean they're taking the game and making it only mobile. And I also want to disclose that in this same conversation, they talked about how everybody's pissed off because the mobile for Diablo was announced and no mobile or no Diablo PC was announced, so everybody was booing and all of that nonsense. Guys, I gotta be really honest. I didn't know people booed because I wasn't physically there, right? So I didn't know people booed. If I'm Mike Morheim, right? Or JAB now, and motherfuckers boo at my stage, at my event that I threw as Blizzard, it would not be a good thing. I literally would boot everybody out of there. I would make everybody that booed get the fuck up and go. Like, not even lying. I 100% would. Now, that's probably also why they wouldn't allow me to be in charge of organizing such things, because I wouldn't. But, so, with that being said, it is logical to assume that as we progress in the nature of life and things on the internet, it's logical to assume that we'll probably see some iterations of some of the games that we play through Blizzard on mobile. It makes a lot of sense. I see a version of Heroes of the Storm being really fun for mobile, in truth. Especially with the simplicity of the, like, just the UI in general. I don't know what that would look like. Maybe it would be a special version. I don't think it would necessarily, like, compete with PC. Hearthstone's already, like, its main marketing was mobile. 100% its main marketing was mobile, which was really, really smart. Nobody seemed to freak out about that. Everybody seems to love it. In fact, we have tournaments, and Hearthstone's pretty up there in popularity. So, again, I got emails this week, and I read through comments on YouTube. Some of them I responded to, some of them I just opted to not because I just don't wanna. But I thought, let me take this opportunity just one last time to talk about this and then move on from it. So I got an email, and it's funny, I don't know if the person that commented on the YouTube was the same person I got the email from, because the verbiage was kind of similar in the sense of what the complaint was about. So the nature of it is BlizzCon is a PC gaming convention, right? That's what it is. Let me finish. That's what it is. That's what the emails and the comments on the YouTube state, that BlizzCon in general, this convention is for PC gaming. Now, guys, this whole week, I have literally been scouring the internet, trying to find taglines from old BlizzCons, from recent BlizzCons. I can't seem to locate anywhere where it's labeled as a PC gaming only convention, nor did I find any old marketing, including images, video from all of their past promos, articles from news websites that cover. Guys, I couldn't find one single thing that said BlizzCon is PC gaming only in nature. I need somebody to help me, because we're going to have to really investigate this, because if that's what the world thinks, then we're in some serious trouble, because I couldn't find
give me 10 minutes and I can make a promo for BlizzCon.
I'm saying, like, so
you ham.
My point there is, you guys, I get that you're very passionate. I get that if Immortal would have been announced along with Diablo 4, nobody probably would have said anything, to be perfectly honest. I don't think there would have been a complaint at all, if I'm being real. I demoed it, and I actually thought they did a very good job for it being a demo. I wasn't throwing the demo phone anywhere, like, honestly. So, wait, what? I don't know what that means. What do you mean, sulfate? I don't know what that means. So here's my point to all of this whole
Oh, Dark, you typoed bad.
Oh. Did you say pork? I can't even talk about what was just said in chat. So here's the thing.
He said porn.
Let's say next year at BlizzCon, alongside the new expansion for World of Warcraft, they announced a new mobile game that is World of Warcraft in nature. Perhaps it's pet battles. Perhaps it's, I don't know what it would be.
That's actually a good idea, have pet battles be mobile as well.
What's wrong with that? What's the big deal? Why does it have everybody so up in arms? I don't understand. Even now, I don't understand. This is a company that you guys don't own. You guys don't have anything to do with what happens at this company when it comes to their creative property, what they want to release to the public, how far they want their fingers to reach in the gaming pie. Who the fuck are you to say what Blizzard should or shouldn't do at their own event? BlizzCon is theirs, guys.
I think it's a two-parter. One, people don't like change, and two, people feel like it's taking the resources from their game that they like, which we've already been through the discussion many times for different developing teams for the company. It's not taking any resources away from level design, raids, dungeons. It's not taking any resources away from that. It's honestly, it's just creating more revenue for their current games. So, I mean...
And therein lies the baseline. And Sulfate, what I meant is it isn't labeled as a PC convention. Other people labeled it as a PC convention, and that's why they were upset because mobile games were talked about at a PC
because
convention.
you think Blizzard, you think PC games, but in the end, it's more than that. It's just a gaming company. They make...
Expanding.
Well, they make worlds, not just games. They make...
I don't feel alienated because they choose to add something else into their gaming arsenal. It doesn't hurt my feelings that they chose to add something else into their gaming arsenal. It'd be different if they announced a mobile game and then took away that same game for PC. Okay, I'd have a problem with that. Like,
they were like, yeah.
But these are two different planes of existence. If you don't appreciate the mobile game, if you don't like the mobile game, if you don't want to deal with the mobile game, guess what? Don't put it on your fucking phone.
But you have a phone, don't you?
There is nothing wrong with them deciding whatever they want to do. Us as consumers, we can ourselves decide not to consume whatever the fuck they develop. It doesn't hurt anybody by them doing that because just like Rem said, they're not taking away from one to give to the other.
Also, Belle, really quick, gluttony is my favorite sin, so I'm going to consume everything Blizzard puts out.
Well, and to be fair... I'm going to play even a bigger devil's advocate here. I fucking hate Overwatch, guys. I absolutely hate Overwatch. Everything about Overwatch, it's in my feed on Twitter. It's in commercials on the fucking TV. My children play it. My husband plays it.
Your Pop-Tart boxes.
Literally.
Speaking of Pop-Tarts, I still have your
hate Overwatch. 100%. I hate it. But again... I am one individual. There are many things at Blizzard that I can play that are not the one thing I dislike. I don't hate Blizzard because they brought this game out. I don't. I wasn't mad when they did the announcement for Overwatch. In fact, I actually liked the announcement for Overwatch.
Okay, so because Overwatch is an FPS, but because you like playing Terra, which is technically not a first-person shooter, but it's an FPS in the sense that you use directional attacks. What if they made WoW like that? What if they completely overhauled that into something different?
No.
Oh.
And again, Sulfate, I understand. I think had they have announced Diablo 4 at the same time, there wouldn't have been so many people enraged. But it's not, it doesn't mean anything because they weren't ready. They specifically have said, I read like 6 or 7 quotes from several different interviews where they said, it is coming. We just weren't ready to announce it. It is coming. Guys, you don't know what they have planned for Diablo. Maybe it's going to be so knock your fucking socks off that you'll understand why it wasn't ready.
Well, I mean, also, and the fact that people are complaining there is an alternative for that story. You don't have to have every single thing on every single cross-platform. Why not have stuff that's...
Right. And it's on console too. Again, like it's on console. So it isn't just... In fact, I spoke to several people at the convention that didn't play Diablo on PC. They've only played it on console. So
there's a post somewhere on Twitter where the guy was talking about how he's been playing Diablo on his Switch. And he's been playing Diablo on his computer for years, but he's been having the most fun he's ever had played on his Switch. It's just different strokes for different folks, guys.
So, and again, I agree, and I understand the frustration. I do. I get it. I think sometimes the entitlement is too much, and I don't think people understand really what that means. I think people think they understand what that means when that's said out loud, but I think it's in their time, not ours, and there have been times where we've been frustrated with World of Warcraft because we were in the same content for 2 years. So I get it. I 100% get it. Siege of Orgrimmar. I get it. But it isn't on our time sometimes. Sometimes it's on theirs. And in truth, I have faith. Even if it's a game I don't play, I have faith because in the end, Blizzard always fixes it. They address it. Might not always be the way that I want it to, but... I have faith, and I don't think it's too much to ask that we all have the same, in truth. If you're not dying, it's going to be okay. We're going to make it together. sure it's a fuck up they didn't foresee, but aren't they human? Aren't they human? Aren't they allowed mistakes?
No, not Blizzard.
We don't know what happened on that team. Maybe everybody that was developing the whatever new version of Diablo they're doing, maybe they all quit and they had to replace everybody. We don't know. Blizzard's not going to go knocking on everybody's door and tell them, by the way, guys, everything internally was on fire, so we can't do the thing. Like, we don't know. I've been there. I've been there where we were supposed to release a thing and the thing was not ready. And then when it was ready, everything was broken and we shouldn't have released it, but we did it anyway because we didn't want to deal with backlash of not releasing it. I get it from their point of view because I've been there. I've been there. I've been in the middle and it sucks. They
didn't have their best devs on it.
And again, that quote was stupid. I hope that guy got reamed by his boss. Whoever is, I'm sure there's somebody above him, I'm sure. But I hope he was like, what did you just say? Because I happen to know some of the best devs, and those best devs are everywhere. So there's best dev for all the games. Anyway, so I don't want to talk about this anymore. Come next week, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I don't want to pro or con. I don't want to defend, deflect. I don't want to discuss it any further because all it's doing is perpetuating this garbage in my universe. And it makes me unhappy that this is all we can focus on. I have bigger things to focus on than this little tiny thing that I am sure Blizzard will make right. And I'm sure it will be awesome. I really am.
Yeah, the second they actually are ready for an announcement, then everyone's going to be like, oh, yay.
I feel like...
Well, I've been sitting here quiet, but on that note, I also wanted to add that the first expansion for Diablo itself was announced at Gamescom, not BlizzCon. Granted, the Necromancer DLC pack was announced at BlizzCon for something for us, but I feel like the next time Gamescom comes around, I don't know what the dates are on that event. That's overseas, right? Yeah, that's in Europe. So I'm assuming things are gonna line up for that. So
they should announce it as some obscure fucking con in like Rhode Island or something.
Oh my god!
Just to fuck with everybody.
It's in Germany, okay.
Oh yeah, they do. Well, they like announcing stuff. Germany seems to be like their favorite place for new stuff, which is kind of cool.
What was it? Warlords was announced like for the first time at Gamescom. So
right. So I feel like even though BlizzCon is Blizzard's home, like they've got to save something for throughout the rest of the year elsewhere. So
yeah,
who knows? Maybe there's no playable demo already, like I bitched about last week, and that's why they didn't announce it, or maybe they're waiting for then. There's many reasons why it wasn't announced.
And if I'm Blizzard and I know everybody's angry, I'm going to ensure that when I do make the announcement, it is going to be knock your socks off. Mm-hmm. Where nobody will remember that they were frustrated they had to wait a little bit longer.
And also, if your forum post is flagged, you're not allowed in the game, kid.
I think I like to see new things too. So whatever avenue this gaming situation takes us down in the next 10 years, if it's, evolving World of Warcraft, which I'm sure at some point that's coming. I haven't cried that there isn't a new game engine they're building on for World of Warcraft because I'm okay. We're all right. Yeah.
I don't know if I can handle.
Like it isn't. It's so a part of what I'm used to that it doesn't bother me. Like I'm okay. I'm sure at some point they'll go in that direction, but. It's going to be all right. We're going to make it together. And maybe that's stupid on my part to have faith, right? But it hasn't gotten me lost just yet.
It's not exactly blind faith either, because, we've had evidence that they've upheld their reputation.
Graphics don't make good games, guys.
Us and Blizzard, it's like a marriage.
They're a small indie company, though.
Oh my god.
Us and Blizzard, it's like a marriage. It's very similar to guilds. And sometimes, guys, there isn't a lot of communication in that marriage. And that lack of communication doesn't necessarily mean that the husband doesn't care anymore. It just means that the husband might be busy fixing, addressing, adjusting, or is planning your surprise party. Like, we don't know what the husband is doing at this point. Obviously, I'm saying us gamers are the wives. And in that marriage, sometimes you guys sleep in separate bedrooms. It happens. Sometimes he's on the couch.
Sometimes
what is going on outside my house?
Pork.
Bark.
I don't know why I have dogs.
Because you love them, except
They're
one.
adorable.
Vic's the only good one. He's the only good dog of them all.
Fuck off. Kira's amazing, okay?
Whether we agree or disagree, or whether you feel passionate or you don't feel passionate, whether you feel one way or the other, at this point, I no longer care about your opinions on mobile or the direction they're going in with Diablo or how angry you were at the announcement, because I love you. Each and every one of you. Yes, you random citizen who emailed me borderline insulting. That's okay. Didn't bother me. I got another good email in there. I'll read that email later. But yeah, I love you
No one
anyway.
says me insulting emails.
Because sometimes in a marriage, guys, you say things that you might mean, but you don't mean to say them out loud. And it's okay. I love you. I prefer, instead of focusing so much on the negative, to be a positive voice and vibe us in together positively. Because if we come out swinging shitting on Blizzard every 5 minutes, like, what's the point of having a podcast about Blizzard or about World of Warcraft or about sharing our passion in the community? Those kind of things just don't make any sense to me. And yeah. Okay, I'm off my soapbox now. I've been trying to address it each show, but it keeps getting worse in nature and people keep lobbying to defend it. And I don't know any other way to say this, but I don't give a fuck.
Our community's sense of entitlement has gone way out of hand.
Also, off topic, Bell, but you need more than a soapbox. You need like a carton on top of the.
Oh my god!
Soapbox.
Little phone book.
We have bigger problems to be concerned with right now.
Like when CD had to stand on the box when he was scared.
Oh, I know, because he was shorter than everybody else. I would rather focus on larger issues, in-game stuff, that
make holidays great again.
Yeah, like just let's focus on the positive there. So with that, a reminder, even though I know the patch is December 11th, the new season for PvP and the raid will not be available till January. So if you're worried about your AOTC, you don't have to be concerned because you got a little bit of time.
It's locked to the raid opening, yeah.
Well, and Blizzard always announces 2 weeks before then for both the AOTC and the PvP season so that it gives people like that 2-week warning.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be super concerned. It's going to be
You have 2 weeks to purchase it, guys. Just kidding.
Then I seen a slew of complaints there. Everybody was complaining.
What? Again?
On the forums, it was hurtful. And before we move on to 8.2, I wanted to talk about a couple things from 8.1 that I just wanted to make sure that I noted because I don't remember talking about them last week. Although I am working on a comprehensive, is that the word? Comprehensive 8.1
guide.
Information like, here's shit you need to know. Here's shit you don't need to care about. Here's shit you should do. Here's shit you shouldn't do. Here's,
We're learning literature comprehension?
Well, in the data mining process, there's a lot of shit everywhere. So I just like to pull in the important stuff, and that way we kind of have it, a nice little summary. So I'm working on that. Yeah,
Murky's mom, let's go burn shit.
I love burning stuff, but you guys told me arson was illegal, so here I go. Believe me.
It's only illegal if you get caught.
Yeah, you're right. Guys, I hope we're still not fighting. All of you that I was fighting with right now in the background that didn't comment or have silently cursed me and the horse I rode in on. I hope we're still friends.
Mobile sucks.
We can disagree and still be friends. I think. I don't know. Maybe. Yes.
But there is new items coming in.
Yes, there is new items that I wanted to, just really new things that I wanted to talk about that are important. I know by now you guys have probably already saw the experience reduction from 20 to 120 is pretty substantial. It does get less as, like, from 160, I think, to 110 or maybe 105 is where it's most obvious, but it starts to, actually, let me look, because...
even 110 to 120 was dropped by, like, less than % per level.
Wow.
So just 110 to 120 was not a good... They didn't do a whole lot there, but I don't really expect them to because...
That's your current playfield right now.
Yeah, like, it doesn't make sense that they would nerf that. It should be... you should have to put in a little bit of work for leveling. But there's like 40%
I know.
it
I mean,
beefs
even
up.
with this new stuff, like I was loving the Death Knight because he sat at 105 because he was one of the tunes that I didn't fully level, and I got him to 110 in like less than an hour doing it was an invasion, a bonus objective, and like a quest.
Right?
Yeah,
It
and
was
with the
110.
incursions coming, it's going to make it even easier to be
Yeah.
able to level your alts, especially with them nerfing the XP. So I think it's good. I kind of was scared about them, doing the scaling thing and what seemed to make it easier to level because I liked the difficult feel of having to level, but then when I'm having to level, I don't like it. So
Yeah.
it was like I don't know if I love it or hate it, but something happens. Maybe something happens. Also, with that,
Not gonna level my warlock.
the Drought of 10 Lands, which is going to be an experience potion.
Is it drought or drought?
I don't know. Drought. I don't fucking know.
I'm gonna go with drought.
I'm not a vocabularyologist, okay? I've been misspelling shit all day. Literally, I've been misspelling shit all day.
How are you gonna make a comprehensive list if you can't spell?
And it's weird because it's not like I don't know how to spell these things. I noticed it afterwards, and damn Twitter doesn't let you edit anything. You have to delete the whole post. So it's
Bell,
like,
you need to know comprehension to do a comprehensive list.
yeah, you're right. Drought.
no
Why did I
idea.
say drought? I don't know. Drought. Fuck it. I'm done. There's
Drought.
just, I don't know what to say anymore. You get a 10% increase in experience and all stats. So that's pretty awesome and will be useful. That will go in line again with the 5% experience gem.
But what if I have no items with sockets? Then I'm just hosed.
Well, I mean, I feel like I would keep a item with a socket no matter how low its item level was. I kept it on
I
me.
literally had no socket on one of my tunes, some 110 to 120.
Even a
See?
legendary has a lot of legendaries have sockets. It's weird that you didn't have one.
None of the legendaries I had sockets.
That's a sad.
All rings and
I would
all
take it to the
those.
forums and
It was on my
complain.
monk because I had one legendary.
I would
so
take it to the forums and complain. How dare they?
It's okay. I got a socket now at 120, so it's all good.
The sheer audacity of our game makers not giving you a socket for a gem. But yeah, I did on the monk. It might have been suffuse even. I don't think I used suffuse on the monk.
Yeah, I never got that on my fucking priest.
If you go back now, you might still get it.
You're right. Literally, the most hated legendary was the best in slot during Legion. So
That's
I
too
never got it.
funny. And then new heirlooms, which I was trying to see if I could see what level they go up to. Can anybody confirm that? I don't know the.
My guess would be since it's brand new for 8.1, I would guess like 119.
You would think that, right? I mean, I hope so. But there's like a tank cloak that gives 5% experience. There's a DPS haste trinket. There's a threat reduction trinket.
Yum haste.
A DPS critical strike trinket and a tank trinket. Like there's some pretty cool additions. Oh, is it still 110? Yeah. I tried to look to see. The tooltip reads you can do 0 to 3 upgrades. And it starts at 60, and if memory serves me correctly, it goes from
I thought
60.
you were talking about the XP potion.
No,
Sorry, not
60 to 90, and then 90 to 100, and then 100 to 110. 110?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I remember the upgrades. Yeah. I could have swore there was talk. Maybe that's probably later in the expansion. Of,
Yeah, probably like midway through, though, like they did it with Legion.
yeah, which is
And
fine.
then, when they did, because they did the heirloom increase to 110 and also allowing you to buy the token for 110
Yeah.
around the same time. So
Yeah. Which
I'll be
is-
after 825.
I think it's all right, though.
I'm not hurt.
Money sink on those upgrades is gonna be.
I clicked the wrong button. My bad, guys. I don't. Bot, are you tool tipping what I'm saying in chat? I'm confused as to what's going on because I literally just said all of those things that you're repeating in chat, so I can't figure out if you're
Yeah,
repeating.
he's just reiterating what.
Oh, I didn't know. I was just trying to make sure that
The highlights.
I wanted to make sure that I was, Also,
What is-
upgrade your Flight Master's whistle, guys.
What?
Yeah, so when you're in an island expedition, when you use your Flight Master's whistle, it will take you back to your boat.
And they make it work in the Warfront again then? Dicks.
That is like amazing, right?
So when your friend dies, you can go back to the boat and help them, I guess?
That was
Well,
probably invented for me, honestly.
it's not uncommon for an event to pop up closer to the shore than.
And if
That
you
is
need,
true.
what if you need to purchase something from the vendor? You can still purchase, like
Yeah, like Belle, hey, buy this item 5 times in a row. Oh, by the way, I forgot to buy that
No,
item.
it makes sense. If an event pops up near your boat, that would be quite handy.
I don't forget to buy it. I forget to use it.
No, you forgot to buy it.
God.
And it was
And
the boat-
one final thing of the things that was important to me.
Top hats.
You fucking spoiled it, you son of a bitch.
Transmoggable top hats.
Can we get bull hats then? Fuck.
Duskhaven top hat. Obviously, I already checked it out, and I've already got my mog planned, because you can't just put on a top hat if you want to be dapper.
You need to
right?
get the fine tux that Murky has.
Well, let me show you. Here
hang on.
Here's Dapper Belle. Well, this is a version of what I think could be Dapper Belle. I'm gonna have to change.
Damn time.
I'm gonna have to change her hairstyle because so it'll flow better, and I'm gonna need to get that sword out of the raid. Which luckily the version I need is out of Raid Finder. It's Dalen's.
You can use
What's on your feet? What are those?
What are those? Foot wraps.
Yeah,
They
it
really
is.
are wraps.
It is. Wraps. It was only because I was running out of time and I was trying to find something that matched. I was putting stuff.
Belle, you love Admiral Taylor. You can use his Admiral Taylor's cutlass.
Well, I really, really like Dalen Proudmoore's sword. Because underneath it has the Quilterian crest.
Do you even know who Dalen is?
Isn't that Jaina's brother? You try to catch me slipping?
Your dad.
Is it her dad? I thought her brother's name was Dalen.
No, Derek.
Oh, Derek. Okay, I got the D's confused, giggity. That happens. I forgot it was Derek.
This is in Alabama.
Guys, I have to turn my air on because I'm now sweating. I tried. Those of you who listen on audio and complain, I really tried hard. Now it's loud. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to turn it down.
It is not the same thing. It's like
What's not the same
like
thing?
tomato and potato. Jesus.
Derek and Dalen.
I mean, it feels like it's the same thing, but I knew they weren't the same. I just confused the D's. Hold on. I gotta readjust myself. Okay. Well, at least I knew it was a member of the family.
Yeah, at least you had the family part right.
And
Proud of you.
closeness.
I'll be honest, I would have fucked that one up too. I would have said the same shit at first, but like, brother,
Yeah, I really
so
thought
I
it
can't
was-
even judge you. So
I'm Ron
I'll
Burgundy.
admit it.
Well, one of these days I'm gonna get better at names and remembering stuff. So I think that was pretty much it for the quick news, which is great.
Yeah, that sword is actually pretty badass, by the way.
Well, and there's like 4 or 5 different versions and color variations.
I guess that one's mythic.
No, that one is actually Raid Finder. The mythic one is like a blue. It has like a blue tint.
Is there a
Thank you
green?
for setting your standards low. Appreciate it.
It just matched them. I had the blue at first, and then when I went to swap it out, I was like, oh shit, this is mythic. I wouldn't get it anyway, so let's just not go there. But yeah, I was
Does it have
kind
a
of
green?
scoping out some of the gear that's coming in 8.1, and all I cared about was really the top hat, but I did find some other things that looked pretty cool. I really am digging what they're doing with leather. It's finally like to a point where they're actually putting what I think are really good
What,
leather
they adding
items.
zippers?
I just feel like every expansion leather kind of gets the shit end of the stick, and I don't know, like, I struggle each expansion on my leather wares trying to find something that's good.
That's weird. I think male wears get the shit end of the stick
That
all
may
the
be
time.
case.
It's all preference, really.
Yeah, it's all subjective as well. So
Mhm.
What are you saying to me right now? You're saying we all don't have the same opinion? Get the fuck out of here.
I know,
Holy
what the
shit! How does this show
What
work?
life is this? We are not living our best life right now.
because for instance, leather I always use, well, not always, but the Storm Range recolor. I think it's like tier 1 or 2. Where it's got the antlers and the bear pauldrons and
Yeah, I do have to ask, what other set were you talking about? Were you talking about the one that comes out of the raid?
Yeah, it's the recolor of it. It's like blue instead
Older
of
leather items are cool. It was the newer leather stuff from like Warlords of Draenor and Legion that I didn't really fancy.
I was supposed to say, it looks like the Warlords of Draenor, like garrison armor for the leather wearers, like
Yeah.
with the bones and stuff. It wasn't that much
Yeah,
different.
wasn't my particular cup of tea. But the monk, because she's got the eye patch, like obviously I crafted a transmog around that eye patch specifically, so I was able to put together something nice. But I just like sometimes when it comes to fashion, I think, who put this in here? Whose idea was this ugly ass item that literally looks like the poor blind kid from Dumb and Dumber designed that outfit?
Wow.
I'm sure I offended somebody. Somebody's probably gonna unfollow, or
Petting his dead bird.
somebody's gonna unfollow or whatever. That's cool. At this point, I'm okay with mediocrity, guys. But I think it's good, and it isn't always what I like either, right? Rem is right. It is subjective. It's all about personal taste and choice, and that's okay.
Yeah, because there's the new armor for the raid, like the plate. Some people's like, oh, that's so plain. I was like, that actually looks pretty badass because it's like literally bone plate.
Well, I feel
Looks awesome.
correct me. Well, tell me if you guys agree. I feel like sometimes simplicity is needed, given the type of look that they're going for.
Oh yeah, sometimes it's a little too busy.
Busy, where you don't even know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're trying to color coordinate, and there's like 7 different colors.
But did you see the mythic version of the plate one, Bell? Literally Triceratops skull on the shoulder.
Really?
Pretty ridiculous.
It's
Yeah.
so heavy looking, like
Yes, a gnome would die.
I want to say I just in my visual travels I was just sticking with leather and cloth because those are the two. But I'm gonna have to check out the rest of them. I don't usually pay too much attention to the items because most of the transmogs I do for each expansion, it's like years old stuff anyway because I just put together stuff. But I'm gonna have to go check that out.
Yeah, gnomes have to kill baby Triceratops.
What?
I said the gnomes have to kill the baby ones so they can have their own little Triceratops shoulders.
That made me really sad.
but it's funny because it's true.
That made me so sad.
That was
What you mean? Okay, so I mentioned this before, but because you can't skin baby animals, they have some.
oh, that's right. Yeah.
They have some morals at Blizzard.
Except, I'm going to just
and you can't
remind
get it
you. Yeah, did someone say gnome? I love Angie so much. Oh, before I forget, I think everyone that's in chat right now should give a congratulations to Angie because her husband got a promotion that he worked really hard for. Her husband's name is Corey. He's awesome.
Hell
His
yeah.
promotion means more money, which means Angie has more taco money, and I'm in.
Congratulations, you won.
Cheers.
I have
Yeah. Cheers. Let's do a shot.
I have my old lady cup. I don't have any alcohol here.
Oh.
I don't have a shot, so.
But cheers. A happy cheers. I need to do like a I need to do some soundboard stuff. I realize I'm a little lame when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Shot.
And I'll just add her in chat. That way
Everybody.
everybody knows who that is. In case you guys don't know,
What?
that's Angie. She also takes care of our Twitter. She keeps me honest and a better human, and you know, she is
Replacing me, apparently.
I mean, essentially, she probably could, if I'm being real. Like, her and I are so similar that I could probably swap her out for me and nobody would know the difference.
Assimilation.
I wouldn't go that far.
But she was very excited, and I love to see people moving. And Rem got a new job. We don't know what his new job is. I think he told me, I feel like it was something satellite, but
Fucking what?
I don't know. I don't.
No, I'd be working for ADT, Security Systems.
Oh, I don't know why I thought satellite.
I don't know either.
Can I have a free security system since you're working there, or is that not a thing?
I don't know about free, but I can ask him about employee discounts and
What is
stuff.
the point if you work for somewhere and I can't get free shit?
This works.
Did I get a free padlock?
Like-
What?
I just want to protect my home and my family, and you just don't care, Rem.
I'm gonna give you the good discount. God.
I would give you free something. I don't know. I could give you free advice. That's free. And unsolicited. Unsolicited.
You already gave unsolicited advice.
Oh, you right. I do.
Not gonna give you food.
You right. Unsolicited free advice is my get down. My ring keeps doing things, guys. I got a new ring, a new wedding ring. My husband got it for me.
I thought you said the other one is implanted in your skin.
It is.
Liar.
It's on. I took it off and then put it back on because I can't deal with it not being on. So.
Wait, is that an actual ring?
Yeah, and it's beautiful, and it's beautiful, but it's still too big. He went and got it sized, and it's still too big. So it's like going in between my two fingers, and I feel like.
Oh, and yeah.
That's
it is.
Fucking weird.
It is.
What is that, an amethyst?
Yeah, and it's a heart. I don't do diamonds. I don't even really do raised jewelry like this. This is very weird for me to have this, but it's beautiful because it's, you know, I don't like gold. I like rose gold, which is weird, but yeah, we got to get it sized again because it doesn't. Yeah. Anyway, okay. I just had an actual girl moment. How weird.
Size and sizing. We always make it a little bigger than it needed to be.
I know, because men's sizes are different than women's. It just,
Mm-hmm.
it's a naturally occurring fact.
She said 8. We're going 10.
Yeah, that's what we do. Okay. 8.2 stuffs, right? Rise of Ashara. We didn't really get to talk a whole lot about that. But I think it goes in line with Remedy's story that we're going to be talking about. But guys, it has to be said, like, seriously, Naga stole my bike because that's going to be the theme.
That's racist.
Is it, though? I feel like Nagas would do that shit because Nagas are kind of hateful. Them brute Nagas, too, are hateful. You're minding your own business, questing in an area, trying to figure some shit out, and here comes this brute Naga trying to, like, put it in your butt, and you're just trying to not. It's like there's a sign that says, insert here, and you're like, no, it doesn't go there.
Don't touch me there. That's my no-no square.
So your no-no square?
Why is it square?
I thought it was a triangle.
Wait, what?
No. Is it not?
I've never heard of no, that's no square. It's just, I don't fucking know. I'm not the creator.
Listen, Nagas steal them because step 1, steal underpants. Step 3, profit. Hello?
I love you.
That was my explanation, and I don't know if it was a good explanation, but guys, it's all I had on this fine.
Cheers to you, 2000 memes. We love you.
Like, we really have got to step up our game because that's embarrassing. Okay. Flying, obviously, is coming, 8.2. I think we're okay, right? Nobody's dying without flying. I forget I can fly in places I can fly in.
They've been so thoughtful with the flight paths that are in place now that I haven't thought, shit, that waterfall sucks. And the whistle, like, it's, I don't know who's having a problem. But.
And the boat, too, because there's boats, like, you can use those to get into the in-betweens.
I think I've finally gotten comfortable when I'm in Borealis and I go, I want that world quest. Do I fly path or I boat from there? Okay, got it.
Yeah, you could be a little bit efficient there. And then if you're stuck in a spot, we have several different modes of jumping off things and not dying.
Oh yeah, and you can just overshoot it and then glide down. I mean,
right. That's what most men do. So I feel like you already got this in the bag, my dude. And I don't want a blanket statement here because then I'm going to get emails with people like, men don't do that. That's unfair. Well, guys.
I'm shooting for 3 pumps this time, guys.
Life is unfair and it's full of disadvantages for all types of people, including men. So just...
Okay, so that's something completely different.
The world boss is an asshole.
Is such an inconvenient location. It literally fucking irritates me.
There's nothing
you have
going
to
on
run 5 fucking minutes. God.
To be fair, a lot of the world boss locations are not really convenient or confusing.
No, the hailstorm, whatever the fuck his name, construct is just in a completely bad position.
I feel like with as pro and perfect as you are, I find it hard to believe that it takes you 5 minutes to get to the boss.
Well, because I'm trying to shortcut and end up sliding down the fucking mountain, so...
It does actually take about 5 minutes from the nearest flight path to actually walk it. It's stupid.
Yeah.
I think I'm ready for flying, but I'm not dying without it. Like
Yeah, no, I mean, if it's there, I'm going to use it, but I'm not like, oh my god, I need flying.
There's so much more to explore once we do have it, but I'm
that's
still
literally the only reason I even
I mean,
care
yeah,
about it.
there's an achievement for reaching the highest peak, and now I can finally do that.
Yeah, that's literally the only reason I am like looking forward to flying is so that I can see things. Like being able to explore more of Suramar was.
Well, I think flying around the new zone for 8.2 is going to be amazing. So yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right. I don't really know, but you're going to tell us more about that later so that we know what to expect when we're expecting. That's a book. Buy it if you are pregnant. Anyway, that derailed relatively
What was
quickly.
the name of that?
But yours is already like out of diapers, right? She's potty trained.
Yeah.
Is she? The world wants to know how Daddy Rem is doing with his child. Is she potty trained?
As far as I'm aware.
Have you taught her the word fuck yet?
Probably indirectly.
That's what happens when you have children. You teach them all the bad words. Okay. Oh, tryhards. Guys, are you ready for this? This is your moment. Both of you, this is your moment. Heroic war fronts are coming. This is what you guys have been training for. Your whole life.
Chop those fucking trees and mine those fucking nodes. We are going to move this.
Take it up and do the heroic. Do you have to have a good Raider IO score to do heroic war fronts, or are those two things different?
Probably.
Two things different.
Oh, you're going to have a radio score.
No, don't tell me that.
Well, obviously the rewards will be better. Like, it isn't just strictly because it's heroic. Like, but I think it's scary a little bit, the heroic. You know?
Yeah, I agree with Secret/David. They should have gone with PvP before they did this heroic bullshit.
Well,
right.
So again, when it comes to PvP, it's always last on the list, and there's a reason.
Because you guys are dicks.
Because the PvP community in general is ruthless, and like that's why PvP was the last talked about when we were getting information on BFA. PvP will always be the last thing introduced because the community as a whole will literally set you on fire. So I understand why they didn't, and they've probably been using a lot of other elements like war mode and some other things for testing, including island expeditions. They probably use that for testing. But I do agree. I think the PvP element with being able to fight horde versus like actual horde players versus NPCs, I think would be really
Well, you still
sweet.
have the NPCs, but you'd have
a team.
Like a true battle, not just queuing up
Yeah.
for something and going against like nothing but NPCs, like a true
Yeah.
Horde versus Alliance. And I think when they do finally bring that in, it's going to be pretty epic. Like,
Really
I told you my idea that I wanted, yeah? About tying in Warfronts. Oh.
When I read about the heroic part, because I missed in all the hoopla BlizzCon, I didn't read the heroic part. I thought, wow, these boys are going to be so happy they get to go flex with how fucking big their wieners are with heroic warfronts. So I support them. Whatever that means.
I mean, I'll do one if there's a quest.
All of them won't be heroic, Rem?
Huh?
All of them won't be heroic?
No, I mean, if there's a quest for the heroic warfront, I'll do it, but I'm not going to go do that.
So what if it was dropping
No.
D70s and chances to Warforged, Titanforge? Would you be farming it?
No, because by the time 370s are important, I'll already have them.
Okay.
Well, I think the increased rewards is reason enough to do it.
Well, yeah, but so yeah, I want PvP Warfronts, and also if they could tie in Warfronts with RTS, with Warcraft 3 Reforged or Warcraft 4 somehow.
We're not built on this engine.
Happier.
And it's what is it? You could have 10 plus in your party?
I think it's 10. Yeah.
I think it's a minimum 10. Possibility for more? Question mark.
Kind of like RBGs, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's killer. And they're like going in first with this element before doing like their testing, being able to queue in, you know, with a raid. I think you can't really go wrong with that. I think it's good. But I'd be excited for the PvP side, honestly, because the only thing that is, I mean, there's a lot going on. So scale wise, I don't know how like that would work in general. There's a lot of points to cover. It seems larger than, say, well, I guess not really any larger than, say, Ultric Valley, right? In terms of...
Oh, it'd be smaller than AB.
Yeah, I suppose that makes a lot of sense.
AB is still a monster in size.
Yeah, that's what she said. But I think...
She did.
What I wish she said.
Wow. Obviously, we're going to deal with a new raid. Ashara's Eternal Resting Place. I feel really bad that each expansion we keep just invading these guys' resting places. Like, we went right into the Tomb of Sargeras. Like, Illidan was sleeping quietly and we just woke his bitch ass up. Like,
I mean, he wasn't really sleeping.
We're literally Tomb Raiders. I like it.
Whoa.
I know, right? Nobody ever thought of that.
Whoa.
We're literally Tomb Raiders. That's what we
But they're not tombs yet, though.
They kind of are. Yeah, they kind of are. I mean, literally, the Tomb of Sargeras is literally the Tomb of Sargeras. Like, there's nothing to infer there. It's literally.
That one's different because it's an actual tomb where they dug him down below. But, I mean, we're not Tomb Raiders because we don't go down into the catacombs.
Not all tombs are below.
This one is.
But not all of them.
Not all.
I'm just saying, like...
The one you just referenced is below.
But I'm saying, like, there are many tombs. There are many versions of tombs.
I'm aware of this. Like, you have mausoleums.
Okay, all right, shit's gonna happen. Earth is gonna come up, bring it above water. It'll be above.
The Pet Cemetery is kind of above ground.
But you have to dig down to the ground to make it work.
Yeah, but sometimes dead is better, Rem. Just want you to know. I just really want that, like... I want to put that as a macro when I die in raid. So that way...
Wait. You already had your tomb experience. Oh, actually, no, you didn't do that because you didn't play. I was going to say in Uldum, but, yeah.
I did. I ran Uldum. What do you mean? I do the things. What I don't understand what you're saying to me right now.
Because you had the Indiana Jones dude in Uldum.
The staff? Yeah.
You had your chance to be a Tomb Raider, okay? Get with the times. Kill the real people that are alive.
Why are you always trying to steal my joy?
Because you don't need to be...
Anywhere there's, like, any twinkle of happiness, here you come. Stealing my joy.
I was excited for the top hats with you.
You did share joy with the top hats. You're right about that. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, but you tried to steal the thunder in announcing it because you're a dick.
That's called passive-aggressive.
No, that was called excitement.
No.
As long as they don't add fedoras.
I love fedoras. Belle would be so cute in a fedora. No, Rem?
No.
Is that your final answer? No fedoras? We're not allowed to have fedoras?
What is no fedoras, Trebek?
I think I would not take fashion advice from you.
Oh, I wouldn't either.
Because you have...
That's all bad.
I just graduated high school written all over your wardrobe.
I would wear a green shirt with khakis.
I don't think that's
black on black with a black sweater and black eyeliner.
Green and khakis would be okay. Well, not baby poop green. I don't know.
Now we're all thinking baby green.
Like,
my transmogging game is on point, but I can't do fashion out of the game.
Me neither.
Oh, obviously, the gnomes, right? What are they? The mecha gnomes?
Did someone say no?
We're going to Mechagon. We're doing all those things. Like, I'm in.
Yeah, I love... Okay, so kind of off topic but on topic. When Feasel said we're going to Mechagon, he says it like we all know what the fuck that is. I'm like,
A Mechagon!
So I assumed when he said that there was some lore piece I missed somewhere along the lines where this was referenced, that I should have always known that Mechagon is where...
Yeah, the way he said it, yeah. I mean, but it's... Unless it's super obscure. But other than that...
I thought
No idea.
gnomes were just dropped out of the sky by storks because I love them. And they were just brought here for peace on earth and goodwill towards man. Maybe that was Santa. I actually don't really know which. I might be confused as to what actually does that. No? Is it Santa that says?
Wait, what?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
That
7?
demon.
Obviously more story, which is great because we have, like, there's a ton more story. I hate that that was even put in there as if we don't know. I didn't think we were going to have an entire patch with no additional story. That just seems weird to me. But I think it's nice that we're getting to see...
If they didn't say it, we would have complained.
What?
Said if they didn't say it, someone would have complained.
Yeah, you're right, honestly. And then, of course, all the other things that we already know are in there and whatever. But I'm kind of excited for new stuff. I like the underwater thing. I guess, what is it? There's one boss that's all underwater, right?
That's what he said. Yeah.
I'm okay with that as long as it's just a boss. If it's an entire raid underwater, like, I might want to kill myself. Honestly. Like,
It just makes me think of the Magister's terrorist fight against Kael'thas. We're flying in the air, avoiding the orbs. If you have to do that shit underwater...
And, like, I'm already not coordinated. Add water to the mix, and it's just like...
Right, you have to spin your camera around the entire time you're down there.
Yeah, I can handle one boss, but, like, any more than that, it sounds like I would rather cut out my own eyes. And, like, I would totally do it. And then, of course, they are adding additional island expeditions. We've got Crestfall and Snow Blossom, which Snow Blossom is a Pandaren town. And I'm excited about that because I, again, love Pandaland visually. So,
It's not an entire raid. It's just one boss.
yeah, it's just one boss. I think...
One boss.
And on that topic, I actually would be down for a raid underwater because
Yeah,
I
because
like
you're-
this year.
No, because you're a fucking sadist. And that's what a sadist would say.
No, it's not.
I'm going to grab all the one-liners you do that prove that you're a sadist, and I'm going to mash those up together and make a video. Because that is something a sadist would say.
I'm being a negative Nancy.
I just...
You put your balls in a vice.
Whoa.
That's the white.
He's directing. It's
He's
true.
learning that's what happens when you're married. The women just do that naturally as part of the... Cash, since you're here, it's November, my dude. Tell your wife I need banana bread in my life. I almost bought stuff to make it, and I was like, no, because somebody else will make it better. Banana bread.
I don't know what that's like.
It is delicious. She always sends more than one, so I give the children one, and I take the other one and say no touchy. Because I literally eat it every day. With a lot of butter. And I don't feel bad for it. Remember, butter, Paladine equals good.
Uh-huh.
What would happen if I don't want to think about going back to Vizir. Visually, it was beautiful. I really, visually, I enjoyed it. But I don't know. I have issues. Oh, we get a new arena coming too, the Mechagon arena, which, again, I love that they're adding new things. I think it's nice that they're continuously doing those things. It's important. And I just realized that I didn't talk about, I need to find where I had it because I know
I was like, I know you missed
was
something.
on the notes for me to talk about. Oh, it's in a different section. Just kidding. At least I remembered that time. Also, 8.2.5, we're going to get the Goblin and Worgen models. That's kind of all we were told. There wasn't a whole lot of, like... I don't know that they thought that far in advance or if they weren't ready to talk about whatever.
Oh, this is ready to not talk about. They probably already have the whole drawing board for that.
But I think if they hadn't put the Worgen model updates, again, we would be entitled fucks crying about it on forums because it wasn't announced. But I think It is a little bit long overdue. I would have liked to have seen Worgen models before Blood Elves, just because, not because I'm hating on Blood Elves, but to me, in terms of priority, it seemed like Worgens needed to be visually reworked a little bit versus Blood Elves, who were just pretty anyway. So it seemed, in terms of priority, that was a little kerfucked, but...
No.
Do you think it was just because Blood Elves were just older in priority, or the fact that, like, 60% of the Horde base is a goddamn Blood Elf?
It just felt like they didn't really need it. If I were to have to, in terms of priority, if I have 2 cosmetic patients in front of me, I'm going to take
the uglier one.
The uglier one versus the one that's already naturally pretty. And
well, a doctor can't really work with lycanthropy. He needs someone that's more...
But the Worgens, like, the only reason I don't have a Worgen, which I did have a Worgen, but I changed the Worgen to... I think it was one of the Gnome Hunters came out. I don't like the way that they walk. So
it's racist.
No, it's not racist. It's just how I'm going to be in 10 years. Scoliosis. Like, I can't handle... The walk visually kind of makes me, like... The sway of the walk makes me a little...
I've never leveled a Worgen.
Little seasick. I did. I had a Worgen up until Gnome Hunters, and then I race changed.
I don't like the way transmog on them looks.
My druid during Kata was a Worgen for a little bit.
There's actually quite a few transmogs for the hunter that I really liked for the Worgen. I thought were really well, and I'm also a female. I don't know if it's different for men, but
all the armor looks ridiculous on Worgen males.
Well,
that might be it. That might be it.
He only plays Worgen, it seems like, because he's a furry.
Well, you can always be in your human form. You can always be in your human form. So.
Yeah, I was. But
I'm not saying to try to be offensive, but someone next to me in the crowd said this, so it's not me saying this. But when they were announcing the Worgen model update for the first time and people were cheering, someone behind me was like, "Oh, there's all the furries agreeing with it." I was like, "Whoa!" Probably
pretty. It's pretty accurate.
Oh, you killed me.
Chody knows a little bit about furries. I had a furry that lived here for a little bit of time.
Oh.
And when we would go to the store, or when he would need me to drive him somewhere before, like if his...
Put your tail away.
Like, I think he was bringing his car. I don't actually remember. But, like, bro, can you take your tail off? Because this is embarrassing. Like, I have to be seen with you. He's like, we're just going to the grocery store. Yeah, people will see me with you. And then, like... That's my story. You with your tail. Like...
Was it a butt plug or a clip-on? Just asking.
Your friend Trevor. I met your friend Trevor. Trevor, play fucking Oasis. I met your friend Trevor. He was lovely. Trevor was also there when we were watching PvP. He was sitting to the right. I think question mark. I don't know. Some of that's kind of a blurb. Okay. So. Oh, that's where you put your dumb. That's in fact where Rem put the you're dumb was on the...
Oh, is this the
comment? Ow. I hate you. So, with 8.2, like, I don't really want to talk about 8.1 in terms of, like, a lot of story because I feel like I want to steer away from that a little bit because I think some of that is really important and I don't want there to be a lot of spoilers because there's a lot of feels. We're going back to Darkshore, like shit's happening and I feel like I kind of stayed away from that a little bit and then as we're experiencing that content next month we can, you know, kind of deal with it. But for 8.2, now this is especially important to me because again, I don't always know the weight of an announcement or something they're talking about and people are like clapping excitedly and they're like, oh my God, we're going here. I don't really know what that means to be super excited about because maybe I don't remember or I didn't read a book or I was watching TV. I don't know. So let's talk about 8.2 in terms of story and what the expectation is there with the new map that we're going to. Like, can you educate me, Rem? I know it's a tough job, and my Raider IO score is really low, but...
It's okay. One day you'll grow up.
Yeah.
We're going to the water. The end.
With the turtles, even.
Yeah, all the turtles that we saved are going to be there, guys. So we're going to go, as we learn in 8.2, we're going to go to Nazjatar. Nazjatar is now the current homeland for the Naga. Nazjatar is also technically the ruins of Zinashari. Zinashari used to be the jewel of the Elven Empire during Ashara's rule. Zinashari is pretty much where the Highborn hung out. All the outlying areas is where you have the Night Elves.
The Highborn are like the top of the food chain in terms of...
Like, the Blood Elves are technically Highborn that didn't fall down into the depths of the ocean. So they were fairer skinned, whereas the other Night Elves were like Tyrande, Malfurion, and Illidan. They were the purple and blue and shit.
Okay, got it.
So Zinashari was the jewel of the Elven Empire. You had the Highborn hanging out there. This also was the epicenter of the Sundering. The Sundering is when you have the War of the Ancients. You have the Burning Legion coming in and saying, "Hey, we're gonna fuck you guys up." And Illidan is at first he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna join you guys," and then he goes against them, all the good stuff, and the Well of Eternity, which is all the Zinashari was sitting on the pretty much like on the banks of the Well of Eternity, and the Well of Eternity is where the Sundering happened. You have the Maelstrom, so I'm assuming that Nazjatar is going to be in like a radius around the Maelstrom, or even like right next door, hidden. But now that she's going to unearth, well, not only unearth, unwater. I don't know, because I mean, she's not only raising,
siphoning. She's gonna get a hose.
She got a sump pump.
Go to town.
So it's not like the Broken Isles where during Warcraft 2 it was raised up by Gul'dan, and then it was sunken down below, and then again in Warcraft 3 you have Illidan raising it up with Naga. It's not like it's raising it up from the depths. It seems like from the concept art and from our knowledge of Nazjatar being so down in the depths, it's almost like it's going to be like a Red River effect where it's splitting apart and all the water is going to be falling in, and almost like a vacuum, not like a vacuum, but you know, going to be waterfalls everywhere.
So instead of being ground zero blown apart, you're saying blown down the giant crevice. And
yeah, so you're going to see like bits and pieces of just fucked up land, because that's where literally a nuclear warhead times 10 blew up. I mean, it caused what we have Azeroth as now, where you have Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor split apart. Everything used to be like a Pangea connected.
What the fuck is a Pangea?
Okay, so now off Warcraft, Pangea is millions and millions of years ago, all the land masses that we have now were connected. Tectonic plates and continental drift splits them apart. Whereas we had a superficial one where it was caused by the Sundering.
Did you not learn about dinosaurs growing up?
I don't even remember what I ate for breakfast, let alone remember Pangea.
You're fucking right. Why are we surprised?
Because when he said tectonic plates, all I could think about was Austin Powers saying it. So, like, that was what was in my head.
Someone said it looked like Austin Powers.
I'm a child and I'm immature.
Do you want to talk about tectonic plates?
Tectonic plates. Like, that was all I could think about. Fucking Christ.
Really special.
I never heard, like, I'm pretty educated and I could pull a lot of really big words out and use them correctly.
Yeah, you have good vernacular for.
And she has like 6 letters.
But Pangea, I've never heard it used in any sentence. But then again, I don't also talk about.
Well, I mean, it's not like common.
Yeah, it's not something I,
conversation. So it's not like, oh, hey, did you learn about Pangea the other day? Yeah.
I feel like if I knew it, I forgot it.
Powerhouse of the cell.
Yeah, I feel like if I knew it, I forgot it. And I mean, at this point, is it that big of a deal if I forgot it? Okay, so tectonic plates, Pangea, holes, vacuum.
So before the Sundering, the landmass was just one giant connected continent.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah, so now they're like not.
So yeah, the Sundering
different
well, the
islands,
Trinity
right?
explodes. Yeah, well, continents.
If it's one continent that's split for whatever the reason were with tectonic plates and then
becomes
volcanoes
multiple.
and all that, sunderings and explosions and
Yeah.
stuff that goes boom. I'm just gonna keep going
Big
until
bada boom.
until someone stops me. Lilu Dallas multipass. Seriously. So if it was one continent and it's split off, then it's still considered individual continents formed from
Yeah,
that.
so now because of the explosion, they're individual.
Got it. Okay. Thanks for the geography lesson.
So, so this is the first time we're actually going there, and we've known about it just because of the fact that before the Sundering, we know the history, and us and the people in the game and the characters know about it. So, but this is the first time it's been unearthed in. God, I want to say unearthed, but it's not unearthed. It's like
Revealed.
It's not water anymore. It's just wet because. Never mind. I hate myself. So yeah, we will be going to Nazjatar. We'll be learning about the Naga, and they mentioned a hatchery, which is interesting because I honestly didn't think that Naga procreated because,
I
it's
don't
fucking
think they do procreate.
We've never had Naga
well,
eggs
they have a
before.
hatchery. They lay eggs and they fertilize and
But how do
diggity.
you know? Or were you there when were you watching them fertilize these eggs?
God no.
How do you
Yeah,
know
killed-
that they aren't like artificially created in such said hatchery?
Like I've killed Nagas for years, and I ain't lewd no baby eggs. So
You're dumb.
I'm serious. Like I feel like what if they're engineered?
I mean, I don't know about engineered, but it could be just more creations by Nazoth. But then again, at the same time, he turned the Highborn into the Naga. You can't create mass out of nothing. No matter what they say.
Bill Nye would probably disagree with you.
Actually, Bill Nye would agree. Nothing can be created or destroyed. In its entirety. You can't make something out of nothing.
I need you to stop fucking watching the Discovery Channel, Rem, because it's preparing you for a life that we don't need to prepare for. I just need you to stop watching.
photosynthesis. Photosynthesis.
Like, it would be better to just watch the History Channel or Animal Planet, which happens to be one of my favorites, or Holiday Baking Championships, which are delightful to watch.
You're dumb.
Yeah.
With your fucking furry socks watching. Goddamn.
With my group PJs, I gave $0 yesterday.
Let me guess. Did you watch Banana Bread?
I just wanted to lay there and not do anything. I've never in a million
I
years
know,
have
that
I
was
just
weird.
laid
Even
there.
if you're just not in the mood to game, you're still.
On the laptop, yeah, I just laid there and was like, I'm just gonna binge watch random shit. We watched Bodyguard too, which was amazing. If you guys haven't watched it, go watch Bodyguard on Netflix. You won't be sorry because it was killer.
Are you talking about the show?
Yeah, it's like a one season like I call it a
Well,
mini series because I don't think they're gonna have a season 2. But yeah,
I mean, the way it ended, it seemed like it could go on.
did it?
But no, I watched the entire. It's a really good show.
Did you watch it all the way through?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's good. It was really like.
Yeah, it's the he plays Robb Stark in Game of Thrones.
Some people said that on Twitter, and I don't know. I don't watch Game of Thrones, but
He's a really good character.
Really
Or
good.
good character. He's a good actor. Yeah.
The Haunting at Hill House or whatever that's called is really
No, I
good
don't do
too.
horror.
Watch it.
I'll take your word on that one.
But yeah. Anyway, sorry I derailed this with talks at Netflix.
But yeah, so the Naga, we are at their pretty much their home ground now. So we're going to experience new Naga, probably like the elite, which is annoying because I've seen some pretty big Naga that stole my bike and it wasn't good.
Cheers, my friend.
So we'll see actual Naga architecture. I think it's going to be fucking amazing. Honestly, I think you're going to like the new raid, Ashara's additional panelists, more than Suramar.
I don't know. It's going to be really tough because even though I love Borealis, nothing speaks to me like Suramar does.
Okay, so Suramar is the architecture of the old times of the Elephant Empire. That was architectured and created in the eye of Ashara. Ashara is down in Nazjatar building her new palace the past 10,000 years. I think
Shut
your
dirty little whore mouth, David.
What did he say? I mean, it's dumb but pretty.
So you are saying you think I'll like it then?
Yeah. I think as much as I hate Naga, just because they're so fucking annoying and we've been dealing with them for so long.
And it's never just one. There's always 20.
No. Yeah. I think Nazjatar is going to be a mix of beat up but majestic because of the architecture and
many women I know on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm feeling you on a emotional level.
This is the sacred lands.
Not for nothing, but I have Nightborn leggings on the way. I ordered them from Wild Bangarang because they remember when I emailed them. When was it, last year, Rem?
Yeah.
I emailed the gentleman who owns it. He's very nice.
And I told you to ask him about the banana hammocks. I guess
I was like, "Where's the Nightborn at, though?" And then I randomly seen a tweet, and it was like 3:30 in the morning, and I'm like, I should be sleeping, but instead I'm gonna buy these leggings. So I did. They haven't arrived yet, but anyway, not important. So,
all right, so that's all the stuff that we're getting, and all the stuff about Nazjatar. Now my speculation, really quick, about the raid and the story with Ashara is obviously we're gonna fight Ashara as the last boss. They said early on that Ashara is going to be the last boss of the raid, but it's obviously not seeming that way because that raid will be what? Actually, would be like June, July, maybe. So actually, it might be the last raid. Well, no, because we have an entire another year.
Oh, there'll be another one.
So then they're saying Ashara is the last boss of the expansion. Isn't true then?
Well, they said she was going to be like the Goldan, where it's the middle piece.
Oh, I thought they said that she was going to be like the last one.
I don't think so.
They're going to bring her to the Goldan of the expansion. So,
anyways, the story of Ashara, I think, is going to end with us beating her in a raid, and then Nazoth is going to approach us or speak to us somehow and threatening us for ruining his plans, and then it'll lead into either a story with Nazoth, or we're going to have something else happen. I don't know, maybe with pirates or some other shit. And then Nazoth will return.
Is he going to return as the fish, or perhaps?
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's going to speak to us somehow, maybe with the fish. Because that was like that.
Creepy ass fish in the ocean starts talking to me. I'm fucking cunt punching that motherfucker right in the cooter. Like, no lie. Because that fish was very off putting. All up in her face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It would go down.
Yum.
I'd be making some fish sandwiches for sure.
Also, because I don't know if you remember, Murky, but in Cataclysm there was that dungeon. I don't remember the dungeon, but Neptulon. We saved
tides.
Yeah, we save him from Azumat. He gets taken away into the Abyssal Maw, which was a canceled raid. And in Legion, I ranted about this last year, or during Legion. Neptulon randomly comes back like nothing fucking happens. I remember Blizzard, okay?
I don't remember come back in
Legion, for the Shaman storyline in the Order Hall, he is there, and you talk to him, and everything's chill. Nothing. I didn't get kidnapped. I wasn't tortured. I didn't get waterboarded. Nothing. Everything's fine.
That's what happens when we fight the Legion. Like, we're all friends. Friend or foe come together for a greater good.
I'm hoping that they either A, have a hint or talk something about the fact that he was taken to Abyssal Maw and they completely fucking retconned and shelved that.
Maybe he has
because he was taken by Nazoth and Ashara. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking either A, the Neptulon that we talked to is either A, a slave, or B, a copy, or not a mirage, like, you know.
Well,
it's not the real
Hakuna Matata to you too.
What a wonderful phrase.
I could keep it going, but I'm going to save us from ourselves because I feel like somebody has a responsibility here to not derail the show.
So yeah, that's
I doubt we'll get anything about the Abyssal Maw, but
I don't think so, but I had to say it because I'm still annoyed.
Yeah, I always forget about that. Someone always mentions it. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that. the missing raid tier from Cataclysm.
What do you
But
suppose if they were going to do a third faction? What do you suppose that third faction would be? Because we've been
Undead.
talking like in other like on Twitter's like other conversations to be had. We've been talking about a third faction and that possibility.
You have the Alliance, the Horde, and the other Horde.
yeah,
No, but I've been thinking about this from a realistic standpoint, right?
Undead. Honestly, I think Undead would work because
I
you have the
don't
Undead.
think
No, whoa, 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 shut.
I don't think
Shut up.
it would be on our planet, is what I was
Shut your
trying to
fucking
tell
mouth.
you before you went ham sandwich. I was trying to tell. Right, your IO scores. Wow. No, I was talking about like other planets in the cosmos because I stand by my statement that we are getting off Azeroth and we are. It's the wife.
Oh, there's like a loud, sounds like a generator, like right on the other side of my fucking
Sometimes
wall.
that's what I sound like when I'm bitching at my husband too. So think outside the box of like your normal, the easy go-to for a third faction. But let's talk about in my brain where I think we are getting off of this planet for a little while, whether we're being kicked off or whatever the case may be. What do you suppose we could find a variation of out there in the cosmos that would make the most sense story-wise for a third faction?
We meet the Protoss.
God damn it.
We find out that the old gods are actually Zelnaga. I'm just fucking
Cross game referencing right here. I like it.
it's
It's so hard for them to be able to just pull up a third faction in the middle of everything that they've
I mean, it has to be something that's not only current, but we're familiar with, because you can't just make a whole faction nothing.
Yeah, and
that's why I would like Undead, because you have Bolvar sitting there freezing his ass off on the throne. You have Sylvanas able to raise the dead, trying to take over Valkyr. I mean, what is
not of this planet though? What other like possibilities that have came to our planet from out there? Because I don't know a whole lot of like who is inherent to our planet.
The only race native to Azeroth is trolls and night elves. Humans are spinoffs of Vrykul. Vrykul are spinoffs of Titan Creations, and they're not even from here.
I don't think it's going to be a faction as in like trolls, undead, night elves. I'm talking about like an actual faction. Like we have Horde and Alliance. Like I would think it would be a combination of probably many, just like Horde and Alliance are. I mean, we paint with all the colors of the wind on both sides.
I mean, yeah, it obviously would be a collection of different races, but
that would actually be pretty cool if it was, you could only do it on mobile.
Oh my God.
That's true.
Where the hell did the Volpera come from? I don't even know.
But like, is there any other faction in any story that isn't like trolls or undead? I'm talking about like what they would actually be called.
I mean, Tuskar.
That's the one I can think of.
Is that not a race of people though?
I mean, they're a race of.
I'm talking not a race, like a faction, not a race. Like.
Yeah, but you put them with like the Bison people.
But like an organization. Is there another like?
The only other thing would be the Scourge, but that's just undead.
There's nothing else like that. Not like that, but with that same thought process.
Mean, no. I mean, Scarlet Crusade is a faction / organization. I mean, Venture Co. technically, but they're just fucking goblins and those stupid ogre-looking fucks.
I don't know what there are.
Nobody likes to fuck goblins anyway, Rem. I think.
Yeah, they're from Jersey anyway.
You might be solo on that list.
I didn't say I wanted to. That's gross.
Yeah, right.
That was a good burn.
They look like giant burgers.
So, like, yeah, not the Burning Legion specifically, but similar, like a third organization. Because whenever, like, we talk about third faction, and I've seen it on forums, like, factions always associated with a specific race, and I don't think it's going to be a specific race. I would like to see a faction. Maybe
not the Burning Legion, but something from, the Void. I was going to say something that's pure evil, but they're ill-intentioned in terms of the Horde is always the evil ones, but they have good intentions for their people. The Alliance is the evil ones, but they have good intentions for their people. Burning Legion, he thought he was doing good.
He thought he was out there doing God's work. Little did he know he was out there doing Hitler's work. That's just terrible.
I mean, there's plenty of different types of demons. You could literally create any type of race or something you want. I mean, you have the consortium. You have the different factions within the ethereals. I've been wanting an ethereal playable race since ever.
Again, I don't want to associate third faction with a race. I wanted to, like, because those two are separate, because there are many races within the Horde and within the Alliance. So I think we're naturally saying race in our head, but I don't want a race faction.
Right, you want a cluster that's already
I want a group of different.
And the only ones I could think of would be the Zandalari trolls and like the Mogu, or.
But the Mogu is still.
Yeah, it's still.
And trolls are just sub-races of their own race.
What about
maybe something void related though? That would make a lot of sense to me.
Because I mean, you have the stuff going on with the Void Elves. You have Locust Walker that he's been introduced. Ethereals. Then you can have technically Nathrazim because they're attuned with the Void, and they're out there for themselves. I mean,
you know, the United Federation of Planets, while is funny, and I do feel like what if that is a possibility? What if, like, obviously it isn't, we're not going to run into Starfleet out there in the cosmos, guys. Maybe we will. I don't know. But I would like to see something that we don't know that would have those familiar things, that would have the familiar races, you know, from races and things that are not necessarily from even close proximity to our planet. But I would like to see, maybe it could be more, it could be larger in the sense where it could be, maybe there is a ton of shit out in space and in the cosmos, and maybe there is a bunch of planets that formed a fucking Starfleet. I don't know.
Protoss.
Yeah.
What if they did like a not the Horde, but it would be, I don't know what you'd call it, but all the beast races of the Horde, god damn it, of the worlds banded together. So you have like the Hosen, the Jinyu, Tuskar, the Centaur group up, and they make their own little.
They did. It was called Kung Fu Panda. I made a big movie.
It's gonna be the furry coalition.
I think it would be wherever we're going, because again, although I'm not saying this to be any kind of fact, right? I have no factual basis, but I feel it in my bones 150% that we are getting off Azeroth sooner than everybody realizes. And I think that this is a part of a larger picture to change the shape of the story, to give more content.
Warcraft is turning into StarCraft, boys. Whoop!
Well, I just think it expands things to like, it's great that we're getting story that we've theory crafted that we didn't really know, and we're getting to see places, but like, I feel like we're reaching a time where we're gonna have to branch out a little bit if they're gonna continue to keep it interesting. And Worlds of Warcraft, like, how cool would that be, honestly?
Worlds of Warcraft.
And in my theory has always been either at the end of this expansion or maybe the following expansion after this next one, like, maybe one of the factions has to flee because maybe one of us loses, right? At the end, when all is said and done, maybe one of us loses and we're going to, you know, because I don't really consider Argus, like,
we're going to Argus again.
like, that was cool, but I'm talking like where we stay there. Like, maybe we're booted off our planet and we get to feel what it's like to know.
Well, I mean, maybe not booted, but like the current content would be in somewhere you actually stay, whereas you can go back to Azeroth.
No, I think our planet would be taken, and we
would. Oh, you talking about, because you can always go back in time.
Oh well, yeah.
That's what I mean, like.
But I'm talking about in terms of story and like.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. The current content would be, we are starting a new world here, and I mean, they do have the creative juices to create maybe a new world or a new faction or something that we encounter on a new world, because I mean, we know that what would you call it, interplanetary dimensional rifts is possible, because
we always save our planet. What if one time we didn't?
Oh, it's coming. That moment's coming. What if one time
we didn't, and we get to go through the suffrage and all those emotions of.
But suffrage is good. That gives you the right to vote.
But the suffrage ultimately is how heroes are created and born, right? It's only when you're at your lowest of your low, when everything is taken from you, Maybe we go to this planet and they try to enslave us. Like, I don't know what I see in that future, but like, I feel
that's
like
how-
maybe one time we don't save the planet and we got to get the fuck out. Maybe we're being driven out. Maybe they, you know, I don't know. Maybe they roofied us all. I don't know what the end looks like, but I think it's coming sooner than we think, and I could be very wrong because I don't think there's been a lot of indication that this is a thing. I just feel.
Well, I mean, it's not too far-fetched with them wrapping up all the different stories on Azeroth at the moment, because, I mean, once we take care of Nazjatar, there's not really anything
Old God related.
There's not really anything, like, impactful that would keep us there.
So we know Azeroth is growing and somebody said hatching or whatever. Like, it's going to happen eventually. We've agitated this with Sargeras' sword already being stabbed in there. We're working on fixing that. Something's going to happen at the end of this expansion. You're right.
And everybody assumes that the unannounced project that they've been gobbling up people for is for a completely different IP. That's what everybody's assumption is.
Let's put
But
that you on me, Bricky Bobby.
what if it is completely different and it's really because they... So when you think about it in terms of scale, it isn't just developing a new expansion, right? What do they do each expansion? They reskin baddies and occasionally throw in some new ones, but the shit that we fight relatively the same minus the bosses, but everything out in the world is just reskin versions of shit we've already came in contact with. Like, this would have to be relatively different in nature, in all elements, right?
Okay, I have an even bigger twist for you, okay? We kill Azshara, we kill Nazoth, and then we wake up in Northshire Abbey with Marshall McBride saying, "Hey, are you here to join the Alliance?"
I don't...
It was all a dream.
I hate you. I hate you so much, but seriously...
And you start at level 1, you prestige, and do it all over again.
I want to get people talking about this, and I want to get people theory crafting. So if you're not watching this live, if you're listening to this, send an email, comment on the show. Don't comment on the show about the first half of the show where we talked about shit. I said I didn't want to talk about shit anymore. I want to now talk about the future of World of Warcraft.
We have to go deeper.
And where this is taking us, and I want to know your guys' thoughts because I felt it now more than ever. I can't tell you why, but a thing happened, and the reaction when I said this very thing at BlizzCon, the visual reaction and them trying to hold back their reaction told me that I am not wrong. Might not be next expansion, but it did tell me that I am on to something. So there was no... I could just be nuts, guys, and I could have just inferred like a crooked...
I mean, you
eyebrow
are
or some
nuts,
shit.
but I mean, I've been agreeing with you since you started saying this because, I mean, it's not that it makes sense, it's just that there's only so much we can squeeze out of Azeroth's story. And I mean, we need to have... I mean, I'm not opposed to something new because, I mean, we have, like I said, we have the creative juices in the team to do that.
Get off this fucking rock.
Oh, I'm so moist.
Warcraft
I'm
Los
trying to
Santos.
see, you know, what else we got out there. So,
Man, I'm
and-
just trying to imagine New World that we haven't been to yet because everything's been so bright and vivid. Trying to imagine.
well, and
We go to Core Hall.
I also feel like the allied races, I feel like that system was for a purpose. And I feel like it wasn't just to give us more shit because we've been complaining that we need new, that we need new races with each expansion. Like, I don't feel like it was that necessarily. I think Argus was also a test. I've told you guys before, the rifts. Again, I felt like those were things that were foretelling, not necessarily that we would pick up or they were even trying to drive us in that direction, but just something subtle that says, here's other places you could potentially visit. Hopefully they wouldn't have Burning Legion there because, for fuck's sake, I'm tired of fighting the same bad guys. But maybe the allied race system, because they were prepping for an even larger system if we go to a new... maybe even a new solar system. I don't know what floats around our planet. I don't know, like, what's out there. I feel like I don't want to have to do the fucking...
So we take a spaceship, Sam? I mean, oh my God, I don't know who Sam is, Bell.
I don't know who
And
it is either. Some crazy bitch.
we get on a hyperspace, and we come out of hyperspace, and the computer says we've arrived at LV 426.
No.
You should just feel bad.
Calling it now. It's gonna be aliens.
You should just feel bad. But are they aliens though? Like, I don't feel like they're aliens. Is that what we call them, aliens?
What?
By our standards, like if we're in Azeroth and we go to another planet, are we on an alien planet?
Yes.
Yes.
Another Titan world was something that I wanted to ask, but I forgot to write it down. Thank you for that. Is that feasible?
Yeah, no. If Azeroth
know.
hatches, Titans can hear the nascent world souls from the humming across Great Dark. So I mean, maybe we are able to go across the cosmos, going and killing off the old gods and stuff. Because I mean, even if we do leave Azeroth, we still have to deal with the Dark Lords and
Is
the
there
Dark
a nice
Lords.
Titan out there that doesn't necessarily want to kill us, that would maybe rescue us and pull us from the planet maybe before an implosion?
Well, Azeroth and or the Pantheon. Because I mean, the Pantheon isn't dead; they're just in that little red star in the sky now.
Maybe we don't get booted. Maybe we get pulled. Maybe something happens, and you know,
Everyone gets disconnected randomly, and then we wake up somewhere else.
like maybe we get pulled because they foresee what's happening and they get us all off that planet to save us, and then we gotta fucking start karate kidding it up so we can come back and take our shit back.
Well, I mean, and there's still Titan creations on Azeroth that are able to recreate the world too.
I don't think there's enough room on Felon's Vindicar, although it might be bigger than we think because he's a man and he built it, so it's
Jesus
logical
Christ.
to assume that it's bigger than we realize.
Oh, I'm sure there's Titan creations of teleporters all over Azeroth and shit we haven't
Well,
played.
because I mean,
with,
during
so
Wrath of the
there's
Lich,
that too.
we stopped. What's his nuts? Algalon from resetting the world.
That's true.
I mean, there's still plenty of Titan creations that we don't know about. For instance, Uldir, we had no idea about, but it's a Titan laboratory.
You're dumb, David. I like to get those creative juices flowing, because even if that's not their plan, maybe some rando at Blizzard's listening and is like, hey, this bitch has got some good fucking ideas. I did give some of these ideas to people that received these ideas. And one of those individuals, in fact, Space, told me that I maybe not be too far off. Like, although they're really, really good at hiding and they never confirm or deny, but I'm pretty good about reading body language and faces, and I felt like, even though they didn't have their poker face completely, I felt like I might have been onto something. So, what did I say? When did I say you? Always
You said creative juices.
weird. Okay, so
Leviosa.
my task to you, Rem, is
Oh God.
I want you to do
Homework.
some research. Okay,
Okay, let me write this down. Do
this motherfucker. Why don't you just add it to your to-do list via Alexa?
Alexa, add to my.
Not you, Alexa.
Now y'all fuck it up.
Never mind.
But I want you to put the tinfoil hat on, strap that bitch all over your face, and I want you to come up with some possible scenarios, and if you can think of any other things that have been mentioned out in the cosmos that were mentioned in passing, or whatever the case may be that could be potentials.
Core Hall.
I'm gonna literally punch him in the fucking face. Like, it's gonna be a thing. I'm gonna fucking poison his turkey next week.
My life for ire.
I'm literally gonna poison his
Planet
turkey.
of Char, where the Zerd came from.
I'm gonna literally poison his turkey. He is gonna get. I'm gonna tell him it was food poisoning, but it's gonna be a fucking roofie.
Oh, let's also go. Let's go to Mustafar. We can get the high ground and lose.
I didn't expect this episode to get so heavy so quick. Now I'm trying to imagine where the fuck we could go. I still wonder where the Volpara come from. My little mind is stuck on that.
Well, I mean, they're in the desert. They're right there, Murky.
Before I forget, Blizzard has done quite a bit of hot fixing when it comes to fixing the shards for the Horde and Alliance balancing as much as they can in war mode. And on some of these where like they've said, you know, we've been monitoring, we know how many Horde and Alliance, no matter what you fucking idiots are saying on the forums, like we have actual data, right, that says this is how many Horde and this is how
it's because
many
they're not right in their immediate vicinity,
right.
So they're freaking the fuck out.
Kind of the way that this was, like there were several of this inside these, you know, the different forum posts on the one or two threads. So they have tested, they have made adjustments. They are bringing stuff in 8.1 that's rewards for whichever faction's the imbalance to get people in there. On this series of forum posts, everybody was like, well, and they kept mentioning just Alliance. I don't know why Alliance was being singled out as like they're not in war mode because...
Oh, you've seen my Can You Not, so you'll know where this
But like... honestly, they're doing a pretty good job of being able to keep that balance. And I don't know that there's anything 150% that Blizzard can do to ensure that it's always balanced. Like, there's going to be people who don't want to turn on war mode. And sometimes there's going to be more Horde than Alliance. And sometimes there's going to be more Alliance than Horde. Like, this has been a thing even on PvP servers before war mode. Like, right? Am I missing something here that this isn't normal?
You're right.
So... give them some time. They've already made great adjustments. And like I said, they have actual data, as he kind of like basically said, like, we've seen it, even though you're still crying about it, we've seen it. And I feel like people are still being dicks, like, in this whole thing. It's just like, they're like, well, now nobody wants to play in war mode because they're, what did he say, gun shy or some shit. And I'm like...
just get good.
The fact that I can't put GIFs on the forums, like normal GIFs, where it's shown instead of a link. So that way, instead of having to just comment my dislike, I can just the appropriate what the fuck GIF when people say stuff. But they are working on it, so I want to know if you guys have noticed anything in terms of war mode. And I think it's great that they're giving they're going to be increasing the rewards that you get for doing it, because I think that's what motivates people, guys. That and tacos and butt touches. Like, those are the three things that you can count on day by day that will motivate people to do a thing that you want them to do. Right? Am I right?
Yeah, right.
So, I haven't done war mode on the high level tunes in like the past week or two, but like my druid and my shaman, I'm actually leveling in war mode. And in the past week, I would say that my experience would be bad because there was a giant raid of like 30 horde in Brennadam. So, I mean, I get what people are complaining about, but I mean, it's easily avoidable. Either A, turn it off, or B, just take a break. Because I mean, either A, again, create a raid, anti-horde raid, go up against them. And
and just because you're one lone player running into a band of them doesn't mean that there's faction imbalance. It just means you happen to be in the wrong fucking place at the wrong fucking time. Remember that time? Me and Chaos minding our own business, going into a fucking cave, following one horde, and I was like, yes, dinner is served. We get in the cave, and there's like 50 of them, and I'm like, whoa, we got massacred, guys. I thought we were going to do the massacring. We got fucking massacred. And I can't even be sad because they were smart. I followed the one thinking it would, like, I was being a little dirty because I had a partner, right? Like, we were going to 2v1 him, and then we got fucking 50v2'd. Like, it was a bad... I'm still like, cleaning up blood off the cave floor. That's how bad it was. But it doesn't mean that it was just because there's only 50 horde. It just happened to be... I went to the wrong cave.
Wrong spot, wrong time.
At the wrong time, and I've never been sorrier. But God, was it... It was funny. And they literally led me like a lamb to slaughter. Mm-hmm. The horde is smart, though. Like, that was pretty smart. I don't know if that was their intention, but...
I honestly, I don't think it's intentional. It just worked out that way.
It would be really...
I mean, I do like the fact that when you're in war mode, when there's a team of them, like, they're marked, or the assassins or whatever, like, it's a visual to say, hey, if you're playing alone, stay away from here. It's just a clear indicator for that. So
I know, because I made the mistake
it's never just one guy. It's not.
I made that mistake. I saw one assassin on the map, so like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go kill him. and there was like 11 more people around him. I was like, oh, I'm gone.
Well, and also, I want to remind you guys that there's add-ons, that we've talked about those add-ons, and those add-ons are to protect you and to forewarn you, hey, by the way, you're getting ready to run where there's horde. Maybe you should go the other fucking direction. Maybe you might want to take the long way. What is I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of the two add-ons. I'll relink the two add-ons. I know I have them. I have the link somewhere because we talked about it.
One of them is Spy.
Yeah, Spy is one of them. But get those add-ons. It even tells you when they cast a stealth in your vicinity. You can change it however you like. You could do it for all zones on whatever map you're on. Or you could just do it like in your current area, but it tells you, it gives you their name right on the top of your screen. We don't have to go in dry. You can be relatively lubricated and prepared.
That's painful for everybody.
Yeah, nobody likes that, guys. Even when they say it's okay, it's not.
I love you, Chuang.
You gotta really.
Oh God, poor Chuang. David knows Chuang. Oh,
Chuang.
So we were getting our Horde Slayer title.
Oh, I remember. I was there.
And we killed him 3 times.
Wasn't he a mage?
He was a priest.
Who was the mage though?
I don't know what the mage.
Yeah,
it was
the mage is on your
Pandaren
list.
priest.
It began with a V. It's on your list because.
Oh, I remember his name. It was one of those stupid fucks that was with his guild, keeping us because there was like 6 of them and we were split apart and they were just dicks. So yeah, I haven't seen them because I haven't had war mode on. But if I see them, they're still on my kill list. So.
Yeah, and that's another cool thing about Spy. You could have a kill list, and if somebody like murks you, you can add them to your list.
Yeah, I know. Poor Chuang, he was the most persistent person I've ever seen. He got killed at least 10 times that I saw. So
do you remember when we had Bajira on and he gave us his secret confession? And
I wonder if he's been doing that.
His secret confession was that he gets on a tune nobody knows, and he goes and ganks people. Like, what if Chuang was really Bajira?
I don't think Bajira would roll Panda. That's for starter.
If I'm going to go murk people or whatever and I don't want anybody to know, I'm not going to do something people would think I would do. Like, I would go total off-grid.
You just got to change the name and you're good. Change the name and turn off real ID.
What?
Just change the name and turn off real ID.
Look at you being a genius, knowing everything.
I mean, you don't need to change your race in your class.
Why?
Because why would you play something you're not as good on?
Well, how do you know? How do you know what I'm good on and what I'm not good on? How do you know what you're good on and what you're not?
You're a monkey or warlock?
How do you know what everybody else is good on? You are not the boss of people in the way that they fucking play.
I didn't say I'm the boss. I'm just saying play on something you're good on. It makes sense.
You don't tell me what to do with my $15 fucking dollars, okay?
Okay, play bad.
Yeah, go play Destro.
You keep
I didn't even say what I would be playing on.
To be fair, she's been doing good.
What the fuck just happened? I'm talking about Bajira, not myself. Bajira's good at everything, so go tell him.
Why did you just say don't tell me what to do with my $15? I wasn't talking about you specifically.
But you did say me specifically.
No, you assumed I did.
You just said monk and warlock is literally just came out of your mouth.
Because you said don't tell me what to do.
So done. I'm so done.
Why would Bajir play? I mean, he's good on other characters, but his.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for showing up.
He literally plays all of them. He's good on everything. You don't know? You don't know his life.
I do know his life. We're best friends.
Oh
Gaming games, yo. Or...
I hate you.
I saw him taking out his trash bell.
I hate you. Not even my real dad. Okay.
Flex, but okay.
No,
Merc, let's get your can you not? It better be a good one too.
Oh, why can you not? Mine, I had a really good week this week, so mine was pretty weak. But really, I was just AFK doing the show notes today. I tab back in the game, and I see a message by people. But what caught my attention more was the white text of people say chatting to me, because I'm a Dark Iron Dwarf. But there was a guy just sitting there, Morales, with the name White Power LOL.
Oh, I saw that
You
guy.
fucking edgy. Do you think you're cool as shit? Like, we make the Naga jokes. We do, like, nobody's a saint here. But, like, I know a feel
Wait,
you're
is Naga
you're trying to
racist?
start. Oh,
What?
we use his other jokes.
Oh, I don't mean it as a racist comment. I didn't know it was inferred as racism. My bad. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, shit on me now. Anyway, I don't need to see that shit. Like, you saw the guy just sits there on his mountain, just named White Power lol. Like, how do you have the balls to be such trash publicly? Like, that's how everybody knows you. Like, he was a geared character too, so that's what he plays on. And it just bothered me that, like, I'm white. Like,
I mean, okay. So.
I don't know how to talk about this because I'm just a white person. But, like, you don't need that trash on the server. I fucking just reported that shit. He said some shit because I was a Dark Iron Dwarf and Say Chat. I reported that. There was another guy that I can't remember what his name was that was tagging along with him. It was
that level of derogatory it doesn't belong on any server. But, like, for instance, I had my priest name was Love Altar Boys. So, I mean,
that's not. So it's questionable name for sure. We can joke about it. It's a joke, but this guy just White Power lol. Like, he thought he was edgy, gonna start a fire or some shit, and I was just like, I don't even want to see your shit.
by the way, birthday sex does not get screened by the name. By the way, I had that name on one of my paladins.
It's probably because they know you're not really getting it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Like, at this point, they know that you're just saying that. Like, the jig is up, Rem. We know it's not happening.
You're right.
You're married
like, yes.
now. You know what happens when you're married.
No, but real talk, like, I don't know why it just bothered me about the community because everybody's just been so negative and shit like that. And I don't even want to talk about politics and stuff like that. But I just saw this guy there and I was just like, other days I just want to walk by and just be like, whatever, you're fucking dumb. But today I was like, no, this is really fucking stupid and trashy.
Yeah,
And-
so I'm not innocent either. Like, I have lots of jokes that are not appropriate
Oh,
for
yeah.
public, and that would get us banned. But I mean, that's just the humor.
Because that was his avatar that he chose to represent himself with a geared character, just made me hate the shit out of him for some reason.
Self-starting could classify as birthday sex if it's on your birthday. That could be. You might have a point there.
Self-starter.
Yeah, you might have a point there.
Can you not fucking, like, and then evade the name blocks because you leave out a vowel or something like that? Stupid as shit. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
why.
getting around stuff like that. Yeah, that's
Exactly. So yeah, that's
actually not like a bannable, but that's against TOS.
Mm-hmm. So
shocking that there hasn't been anything that's happened. Like, I don't know how long that person was doing it for.
Well, I'm gonna
has his name
because I wanted to see this shit, but.
Well, yeah, I agree. I think that's a shit human thing to do.
Our community is just, since BlizzCon, just everything is irked because everybody's so negative. And I just saw that, and any other day I just would have rolled my eyes and be like, you're dumb. But we, as people of the community, need to clean up our own goddamn community sometimes. And who knows if reporting does anything, but it's a start, and it made me feel better about it. So, whatever.
Copy on the Murky's a snitch.
I don't give a shit.
I'm just kidding.
I know. I'm so fucking heated. I was just like, I don't need this trash. Get out of here.
2 minutes ago, Nerf announced to the explosive hotfix. The orbs now have 50% less health and cannot spawn on crowd-controlled enemies.
Wait, what?
I think it was a mythic fix.
The explosive.
So the explosive orb that you have to DPS down before
Have
it blows
50%
up.
less health and cannot spawn on crowd control.
Oh, that's so good.
You knew they were going to rework it because everybody's been bitching on it. Like, everybody's been bitching about it on Twitter. But
they have way too much health.
Some players who I actually respect, they gave their opinion. Like, they kind of broke down a couple ways that it could be made better on Twitter. So I think that's really what we need. Positive. Instead of throwing up all over Twitter and fucking sounding like an uneducated fuckbag, giving them constructive, positive ways to change things, I think is good. So, yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah, can the fucking little globules in Shrine not drop sanguine? Get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was one of the method. It was one of the MDI guys. He's actually really smart. I don't know if that sounded like it was an insult, and it wasn't. Like the inference there was he wasn't going to be smart, but
you know, like when we talked to Dr. J, like he was, yeah.
He just had really great hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was just like all those Euro boys are just like I had to talk with Now about how long it took him to get that lift, right? Like, how long did it take you? Because we need to know those things. Like, those kinds of things are important. Rem, what about your can you not?
I got lift, bro. Oh, so the other day I saw something on Twitter that not only wouldn't irk me, but it kept on going and going and fucking going. So if anyone is not well versed on what Emerald Dream is, it used to be one of the biggest World PvP RP servers, and there's a lot of fighting between the Horde and Alliance in a fun way. You have, I think there's Division 7. I remember the Horde ones, but they're one of the big Alliance ones. And so there's this guy calling one of the Horde players out, and he's taking screenshots of his chats in general chat saying, "Oh, you're looking for more for World PvP. You can't handle this on your own in your guild." And it was fucking retarded. And so pretty much what's going on is they have this confrontation where they're fighting World PvP, and they're fucking throwing the EP everywhere saying, "Oh, we're bigger, we're better." And server identity and pride is one thing, but to call these guilds out because they're getting help from outside the server or different shards because you're going 40 versus 10 because your dick is so big, it's fucking ridiculous. Don't bring all your, like, there was literally like 7 subtweets and then 7 other tweets within those fucking subtweets about he had screenshots of the chat saying, oh, you can't handle this on your own. Oh, our guild is too fucking big, blah, 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 blah. And now one of them, he actually follows me on Twitter. I don't remember his guild name, but he was actually talking shit on other players in Emerald Dream. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was on my feed. That was my whole thread. That entire thread was mine.
Well, not that one, but it was probably
that whole conversation that happened on Twitter that you're talking about happened because of my thread on Twitter. It was literally because of my thread. These guys were arguing on my thread.
Yeah, it was so in depth. I didn't even know it was part of your fucking thread. Like, it was.
He had said something about like something I'm gonna go to the finals next year and beat Method or some dumb shit, and I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, who are you? And like, it was pretty like, yeah. They both got on there.
And then they were like, oh yeah, if Method played on NA servers, we would camp them or something. I'm like, calm the fuck down.
I muted it after a certain point because it was irritating me greatly. I basically was like, okay, I'm just gonna say a one-liner that's like I said good day, sir, like to let you know I'm outie. But yeah, they kept going and they were posting screenshots. There was like another GM of another guild that like they did war games
like
with.
Granosh and Horde, yeah, they do coordinated RP PvP. But it's not even borderline toxic. It's 100% fucking toxic, and I'm sick and tired of seeing that shit.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if they were being serious or not, to be honest.
They were being 100%. He was fucking. He had screenshots. He was acting like a fucking child.
Yeah, I muted it once. He's like,
grow the fuck up.
Our community is just. Yeah. It's some shit right now.
After like he continuously was running his mouth about Method, I'm like, I'm gonna say something that's gonna make it where I'm not a part of Method anymore. So we're gonna click the mute this conversation and we're just gonna exit because like it doesn't really...
This isn't a dig at like your pride for your server, but when you are personally attacking and bashing people on a public forum, like, and
you're not good.
Yeah, you're not even that fucking good. Like I said, you're going 40 versus 10. Like, get the fuck over yourself.
I just don't, like, I don't understand, like, your server. First of all, you're on a server called Emerald Dream. How fucking scary are you? I'm just throwing that out there. Like, you're not really that scary. Now, if you were on Tichondrius, okay, then you might be a little scary to me. But, like, seriously, your server's Emerald Dream. What the fuck is scary about the name in general? Maybe you should go to a server that's scary.
Honestly, I'd be more scared if they actually did PvP, because World PvP is fun, but I don't consider it PvP in the sense that it's
Look,
like
it did. Skull Crusher,
PvP
am I
instead.
right, my dude? That's a fucking killer server. Don't be on some fucking Flower Lily server running your mouth
Look, dude,
about
I
how
lived on
awesome you are.
Gorgonash. I did PvP on the Horde for
Did you say Gorgonites?
Gorgonash. But yeah, Gorgonites, yeah. My name is Archer. Emissary Gorgonite.
I love that you guys get me. Guys, my Canyonaut is a great Canyonaut.
This is a shitty community one?
Yeah, but now that you guys know how I do my Canyonauts, right? Like,
I'm all excited.
I have to set the stage for you.
We're not gonna hang on really quick, Bell. Ray Bod type that. We're now gonna call the Emerald Dream Erectile Dysfunction server.
Yes. Probably is though. Real talk. Okay, so I gotta paint you guys this picture, right? So I'm doing world quests.
Okay, Picasso, let's go.
Doing world quests, minding my own business. I don't remember what map I was on. Doesn't really matter. And I'm doing this world quest where you have to kill X amount of whatever. And by myself, I'm happy, Netflixing, doing things, like, just not bothering anybody, just getting my shit done. Well, I go to this place that has a relatively large radius for the mob that you have to kill to get X amount of many. And it's pretty late on the server, so it's not like it was like a hot spot at the moment. It's like probably 2 in the morning my time, which is like 3, 4 server time, whatever. It's probably like 1 my time. I get into this area and I see a horde, and I notice the horde is clearing shit over here. So I go all the way to the opposite side where on my minimap says is the end of the radius so that I could just work my way back this way, not bother him, let him do his thing. I'm being a good human, guys, because this is what I do.
I know it's coming.
A few minutes go by. Now, I just want to disclose again, the radius for this is quite large. There could have been more than enough space for the 2 of us to be happy. I'm minding my own business. I'm not paying attention. I look over and I'm like, why is what I'm hitting not mine? Why is it gray? I don't understand what the fuck's happening here. I look up. This fucking guy is right next to me, literally AoEing. Literally AoEing. Can I fucking help you? Seriously? I was a nice person, and instead of being a fuckbag, I could have AoE'd all over that bitch. I could have Raina-fired everything. What? What do you mean you went out of your way to come all the way to my little section of the world here? I try to be a good, solid, upstanding citizen.
You.
Oh, I was fucking pissed. Seriously, I was fucking pissed. So, I'll tell you what I did after. But honestly, guys, if you are this person, whether you're Horde or Alliance, it wasn't the fact that it was a Horde. It could have happened if I was Horde and it was Alliance. It doesn't matter what faction this was. What matters is I need you to not be a fucking selfish cunt. When you see me trying to be a good person and come over AoE and shit in my direction, why do you have to be such an asshole? Seriously. I can't tell people to eat a Tide Pod because that gets you banned. But I think you know the inference there. And if you are the guy, if you're watching, listening by some fucking miracle, you happen to watch the show and this was you, seriously, you should probably reevaluate your life in many, many ways. But what I did do, I Raina-fired every fucking thing. I popped my Infernal because my Infernal's AoE. I fucking Raina-fired and proceeded to do it.
You should use Cataclysm.
I proceeded to do it long after. Well, the only problem with Cataclysm is there's a cast time, and the cast time is similar to the Chaos Bolt. I was trying to do it quickly, so
copy.
yeah, it's like
I know there's that long of a cast. That sucks.
It's like a 1.9 second cast normally, but with proc on haste, it ends up being like.
Oh, that's most of my
1.2.
shit for my disc.
Yeah, so, which Cataclysm is great for a lot of fights, but, yeah. So I Raina-fired everything, and I did it long after I completed the world quest. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I probably camped this shit for 20 minutes.
Oh, you're my hero. Yeah.
Yeah, I really did. But I just thought, like, wow. I literally, like, I was a nice guy. I didn't just go running in. Again, nobody likes it when you just go running in dry. You really gotta be a better... It just is so disconcerting when I see that. And it can't be a thing where he didn't see me. Like, I know it isn't a thing where he didn't see me. It's
No.
just us two, my dude. There's nobody else there. I know you see my blueberry because when I'm doing shit solo, I have my blueberry out. You can't miss him. He doesn't look like another NPC running around there. Like, I want to say that we were in Storm Song maybe, or...
It sounds like you might have been in an area with a very fast respawn rate.
Maybe. Well, because I was nuking shit for a good 20 minutes, long after the world quest was done, because I was trying to piss that guy off.
Yeah, so this guy just sounds like he was just AFK in there, just farming to get whatever the mountain drop is, and
That just hurt my feelings.
yeah, that's
Maybe it wouldn't have bothered me if he would have just
stayed on his side of the road.
like, don't be a jerk. Or if you're running out of things over there, I get it. Maybe you could just like not. He was literally like right in front of me. Well, a little to the right, not like directly in front of me. Yeah, that was very. I was fucking mad. I was gonna tweet about it too, but I was like, I probably shouldn't because then I'm no better than all these other guys complaining on Twitter. But yeah, guys, let's just be human.
Be better humans.
That's all I have to say about that.
That's all I got to say about that.
That's. I'm glad you stayed there and farmed for a little bit just to annoy the dude. I'm assuming he stayed there anyway. And
Oh, because he wasn't done. Yeah, I don't know how you weren't done. I don't remember how many
he
we
was
needed.
probably farming for the mount, and
Fucking-
you run into those a-holes in all those high respawn areas.
And if you're
Like a
farming
fucking-
something, let me do my world quest and move the fuck on. It would have done you a better service to stop killing shit if you're farming a thing. Let me get in and get the fuck out.
Exactly.
Yeah, so on that note, because what Murky just said, the Falconer area and
That's the
That's hard.
worst.
get the fuck out. You're literally bogging down the server and lagging it out, you assholes.
I'm pretty sure I got DC'd. Didn't we both get DC'd in that area?
I got lagged out for
No,
like I couldn't do
lag
anything
is-
for like 3 seconds. So I mean that was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Even on different shards, you still lag in that spot.
Yep.
That's how ridiculous it
Weird.
is.
That's so bizarre.
It's all for a
Uh,
goddamn donkey.
Mm-hmm.
What did you say about a donkey?
The donkey that drops and just far from the. Sure.
As we're winding down, because we are way over showtime here.
Oh
Ray,
shit! Yeah.
What did you do this week in World of Warcraft?
Two.
You.
You?
Ew.
Fuck you.
Fuck at me, fuck at you.
I did lots of things. I helped guildies with this.
Of course you did, boo boo.
I think
no,
I
so,
saw you streaming yesterday.
the other day, oh yeah, I streamed yesterday. That was the first step into actually streaming more regularly. Not only regularly, but consistent. No, that's the same fucking word. More frequently. Because I don't want to lock myself down into actually having a schedule. But I'll be streaming more Warcraft things. Especially when we do...
Especially, there's no X in especially.
Especially.
it goes well with my espresso, though.
I want you to know there's no X in especially. It's just really like one of those things when my brother says that I want to punch him in the throat.
Belle, I got to ask you a question, okay?
Right, exactly.
Hey, you want to play Overwatch later? I'll play
Oh
Lucio.
my god, I can't even. It hurts me physically to be.
I especially want to play Overwatch. Just kidding.
This hurts. Let's carry on.
I just did a lot of things.
Super non-specific. I'm digging the vibe.
With the raid, we're heroic on Zul now. Just doing the mythics. I haven't done an island expedition in a while. I need to do. Actually, we all need to do Arathi quests and rares.
Yeah, we should probably run the ginger through that stuff. Yeah.
Cough.
Mhm.
Yeah, dark.
Yeah.
Especially because I don't know how quickly it's going to go for this next rotation because it's been getting quicker and quicker. So maybe get our shit in there. Oh, actually, no, because we still have a full like 8 days because of the quest. Never mind. I'm rambling now. If anyone wants to do mythics, keystones, I am down. I can do all the things and do the cha-chas and the electric slide. Not really, but
Cha.
What about you? I gotta stop Rem before it just continues because it's not getting any better. And I just realized that the length of time we're in here, that means my husband isn't able to game because we're in here and I'm being rude.
I did wild things, Belle. Back to you.
Mark, what
I have an 80.
Mark, what
No,
did you do this week? And
I have
wow,
an 86.
Let's see. I rated on my DK, got his lockouts all done, so I don't have to worry about doing any horde side shit. I've been pushing myself to level a new character. I want to level my rogue up, but with
Do
all
it.
these nerfs to experience
I'm leveling
coming,
my
I'm like,
druid.
do I want to wait? Well, so I've also got this druid that I hit 120 on that I'm gearing out. So I did a Rothi on him for her last night. So
I really think you want to wait too because, like, the incursions, there's so many quality of life things. I mean, I suppose you could
right.
start now and just slowly do it, maybe.
That's what I'm doing with the druid. Yeah, it's like 112, and it's got like maybe 2 hours played.
Well, if you're, I'm talking about like ground up starting though, like.
Oh no, I'm gonna for the incursions and all the nerfing to XP need. I'm actually gonna be leveling a warlock because I've never
Listen,
I never
haven't
played a
set up the playlist stuff because I don't know how to do that. Okay.
I haven't played a warlock at max level ever, so that'll be fun.
They are fun. I do like them. I do actually like Destro.
And then I'll play Destro so I can prove to Belle that I'm better.
Not for nothing though that I don't want to wait. I probably listened to the better part of my teens and sang it really, really loud because Dawson's Creek.
But yeah, so I'm just putting off leveling alts and just the rage shit.
I want my lives to be over.
I'm not even gonna try and do that with this voice. We're done.
Puberty comes in many forms, ladies and gentlemen. And for me, I did a lot of things, actually. I actually did some Mythic Pluses. Can you imagine?
What the hell?
I did.
Who is Pacey, Belle?
What do you mean? Pacey's awesome. He was actually my favorite. It wasn't even Dawson. Pacey lived on the wild side, and he slept with the teacher, and I kind of respect that rebellion.
I never slept with the teacher. I got to get right with the Lord.
Like, I didn't appreciate the story that they were telling there because I felt like it glamorized it, but I also appreciate the story that they told because I felt like Pacey's a badass. So, Joey was a cunt. There, I said it. Okay, so, I did lots of things. I did not work on my Raider IO score because I would rather just be a filthy casual because when you're bad at things...
You did Mythic Pluses. You did work on your
When
Raider
you're bad
IO.
at things, people don't ask you to do them with them. And people think that it's just because I'm a bad player. It really isn't. It's because I don't want to do stuff all the time. I don't have the mental capacity to be stuck sitting in one spot for X amount of time.
So then you admit that you're not a good player because you don't have the mental capacity.
No, I admit that there might be times where I am bad at things on purpose so that people don't fucking ask me to do things.
So instead of wanting to play with your friends, you're going to say, no, I'm bad.
It's not that I don't want to play with friends. It's
No, that's how it comes off.
Sometimes I don't want to be bound to someone else's time.
You are the elemental
So if
shaman
we're doing
of
a
our group.
string of Mythic Pluses, I don't want to have to be stuck sitting here because I sit here. But I want to tell you that my fucking damage was amazing. Did I have anybody as witness? Who was there with me? Who is in this chat that was there with me? I took screenshots, actually. I did.
You didn't have them ready, so
I did take screenshots, but I don't remember who was in the run with me. Cactu was there. Cactu, my dude. Can you say something? Yeah, I did. I was second in damage. So, there's that.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Everyone else is under geared.
No, actually, we were doing Freehold, and I really like Freehold. Like, I really like Freehold. Freehold.
When you have a favorite dungeon, you kind of know the route that you play it, so I got you.
I really, no, I just promise they've not, I even ran logs because I was like, is this happening to me right now? I switched up some talents because I read on, I got the inside scoop from one of my method boys about the different talent
Oh,
swaps.
is it the stuff that I told you about a month ago?
No, it was not. No. This is a completely different talent.
Mm-hmm.
But I changed that stuff already. That's been changed a long time ago. But I did. I swapped out one of my talents on based off certain things. So I know he's going to look, but really the show's going to be over before you finish that. So, and I'm pretty sure it's not my talent anymore. Anyway, I don't think. Might be. I don't know.
He was right. He was right all along.
No, it was really for my own information because my version of what I thought that was is a different version now. So I wanted to just test it and I was like, okay, this is cool. Anyway, so, yeah, that was pretty much what I did. I've been doing.
I'm actually very proud of you.
Why are you laughing at me?
Because he found the talent, he was right.
But I already told him I swapped those talents that he told me about. This is not news.
Look, I'm just happy you went out and did some things and kicked some ass.
But I'm not going to do it because Rem tells me to, because he goes around and tries to tell everybody how to play their fucking class, and it's annoying. Nobody wants to be around that guy that goes and is like whispering you should be doing this and you should be doing this. You should be minding your own business and worrying about your own class. Nobody likes
you
that
should
guy.
Use Master Spell more on Zool. Just
but nobody likes that guy that's always in their business. And he doesn't just do it to me, guys. He does it to everyone. I'm not the only one. And I know it's because he loves people and he wants to help, and I get it. I'm just saying.
I won't be helpful. Copy.
I got your back, Lena.
No, but I'm saying, like, sometimes, how often do you get mad because I give you unsolicited advice? Just remember how you feel when I give you unsolicited advice, because sometimes that's how other people feel.
Okay.
I'm just trying to help you be human.
More human than human.
I'm just trying to help you. Look at you've made me a better player. Can't you just take credit for that?
No.
Oh, instead he's going to be all sad and mopey. Okay. Sad and mopey, Rem. It's really funny when they do that shit to me, how funny it is. But when I get a backbone and give shit right back, we get all mopey and sad. You all should start a club. The lot of you. The whole lot of you should start a club.
You're right.
Anti-She-Man Bell Haters Club. Do it. There's probably already members that you guys would not know about, or maybe you do know about. I don't know. There's probably a whole club of people. I could throw a party for those people. It's actually
you already do.
I do. You right. You right. Okay. Oh, speaking of which, I'll have that stuff soon. I didn't deal with it much this week, but I will have that stuff soon. We are going to get the hell out of here because I am very rude, and my husband probably wants to come in here and game before we have to go to bed because we are old. Guys, I want you to tweet to Rem that he is an amazing person, so I don't have to look at his sad face because I ruined his life. Well, you think the wife ruined his life, but I'm probably the one that gets the... I'm trying to turn my air on because it's hot. So go...
I don't know where you're going on with this anymore.
Go tweet to him, guys. Make him happy because he looks like he wants to fucking kill himself. I'm going to get on out of here. We're going to get on out of here. I'm going to go...
Tweet.
Continue spreading cheer and joy across the Azeroth galaxy because that's what I do. Bringing love to all the boys and girls. Oppression. It's better than oppression, isn't it?
I don't know. Is it?
Look at him. He's so sensitive. Is it that time of the month?
Yes, I'm on a rag, Belle. Okay. Thank you.
I was the other day. That's why I left your ass, because I was like, oh, nope, it's a sensitive day. I'm not in the mood for this. I got to go. Being a woman is awesome, isn't it, Rem?
Yeah.
I'm going to pay for this one later, guys. It just is what it is. I take ownership. I don't say anything I don't intend to finish sentence-wise. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get on here. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you for subbing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your tweets. Oh, as we go, I'm going to read an email during the outro that I got from Reed because I feel like it's important. Instead of responding to Reed via email, I thought I would read the email because it's super nice. So as the show thunder rolls
down,
I need somebody to link Rem the 1-800 I need to talk hotline on Twitter because
oh my God.
I feel like we need to prevent something here because it's looking like there might be... He needs to talk to someone that isn't me, guys. Okay, I'm reading it.
Drinks,
here we go.
Rem.
I love you, Rem. I'm making you turkey next week, so just be nice to me till after the turkey, then you can be mean to me. It's what everybody else does.
It's NyQuil turkey.
Okay. So Reed said, hey, Bell, Rem, and Murky. Just wanted to say that y'all three rock my socks when it comes to WoW podcasts. I love y'all so every time that I listen to you on Spotify or when I occasionally tune in live. I'm currently in the last year of grad school and studying 6 to 8 hours a day for my CPA exam. So thank you so much for being my little ray of WoW that I get to experience throughout the week. Keep up the great work and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I look forward to hearing from you and can't wait to hear what y'all have coming up when it comes to Pwnecast. I'm definitely plan on attending DitchCon one day, so save me a spot. Reed, aka Kel.
Aww.
I want to say, Reed, that I think you're awesome, and you are an honorary, you know, guy that we like. Girl, I don't want to gender assume because God knows I'm in trouble enough tonight. We love you.
Hello,
Thank you.
sir and or madam.
Well, yeah, sir or
Hello,
madam.
sir.
Yeah, thank you for loving us and for being there because we appreciate it. Because without you, I would be stuck with these two. So I love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Why does it ask me to confirm if I want to stop streaming?
Are you sure you're